I'm in a good groove right now. I love it. Category.
I'm in places that you never seen. Can't throw dirt on my record, I stay corona clean. Like a virus, I spread throughout the country. I'm hardened with infinite range, I split your lunch meat. If you can't stand the rain, go get a Humvee. Missy Prissy, she got eyes like Sharice Mills, physique like a goddess. I'm just being modest, wrist froze, looking like she dipped it in the tropics. I scripted like a topic, a rhythmic, good precisionist. I'm sorry, I'm not what you expected, let's clear the record. Got too much dirt on my track to project it. My space boots out of this world, I'm like a Jetson. Shoe game, Marty McFly, laces, I never touch them. I'm laughing at rappers I rarely ever think about. I hustle you dummies, I never seen a drought. My style switched like the sneakers I adore. I still got a thing for academic velours. I punish you, do your chores, son. Get on restriction, I'm done prediction, sleep with the fishes. I get vicious, you fictitious, you dudes bitches. This the onus, I'm just bringing it back. Moving work about my studio, I call it the trap. Like Marathon Nipsey, how I stay on the track. It's over for you niggas, can't see me in rap. I drop a single and that's 99. Just for a song, that's a quarter 9. And for a verse, I need a weekly check. I crush goals every day, I'm seeking bigger steps. Like the pyramids in Giza, the mountains in Tunisia. My lyrics like a spiritual high, you'll have a seizure. And you can't build Rome in the day that they killed Caesar.
I need to stop sometimes, though. Keep going, yeah. I just keep going, I can't help it. You got it locked. Category other. PenGame Classic. Classic. Yeah. Get used to the name, get used to the face. I'm on the run right now, I can't be touched. I spit these out like every other month. Be on hibernation mode, then just be going berserk.
You already know what it is. It's the Proof in the Pudding podcast show. I go by the name of Sion 919, and I'm excited about today's show. Yo, we got the single dropping. We got new projects. Yo, this is my people, a very good brother. Salute to the whole Certified Nation. Definitely official. Yo, I'm definitely excited about the project, Casso's theme. Yo, without any further ado, you already know. And to those that don't, let me introduce my good brother, PenGame Classic. How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, brother. Thank you to everybody out there that's, supporting the single. Came up off our Casso theme.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. And it's definitely a dope record right there, right? So what inspired the Casso theme album? How did you come up with that? And what inspired that record?
Well, the producer on that album is Casso Beats.
Casso.
And we did that Loner EP together, and we wanted to do something else. And I had kind of already used producer name in the project with Mellow Aphrodite, with Mellow Mystic. Right. And I kind of kept the same thought process by implementing Casso into the project name, with his name already being Casso Beats. I just wanted to, we were already on this artistic and visual, lyrical visual concept. So we wanted to definitely keep that thing going with having Casso's theme being the name of that project.
And that's the thing, yo. So it's like came together. What direction were you going for with the music? Like, what was the inspiration to the project? I know he made the beats and the name, but what type of what vision did you have for this one?
I wanted to be abstract. I just wanted to come out and just do something different. Make all the thoughts just really go there with the lyrics. Like the lyrics need to not just pop out in front of you, but like we wanted it to like pop out and like literally live in the palm of your hands, where you can see it and just take your mind from the different dimensional spaces. Like, some of these lyrics will, like that on the intro, that moving like a combat space. I see moving like a combat space. We're on a rapid pace, but like a jog, we stay in place, no matter the time or any place. Negative or positive, catalog like a novelist. I'm hoping she can ovulate overnight. We can populate, just that moving like a combat space. Just taking the mind outward And then, just the lyrics are really abstract and really like all over the place. So if people are listening, they're thinking like, man, this lyrics are all over the place. It's supposed to be that way because the thing is, there is how can you have structure in a Picasso?
Right.
Like you can't have a Picasso supposed to be abstract. It's supposed to be all over the place. So the album fits that. Every verse that I'm on, and even the features, like those guys really brought it in there and embraced the theme, and their delivery and how they put their verses together still fit the theme. Yeah. So everything in that is predicated to, artistic and just a different level, man. Just another mature step in my development. And I wanted to put that on full display for, the listener out there to have something in their possession that's unique, that's different, that stands out.
And that's the thing. And I'm definitely looking forward to it because the last project was solid as well. So what's some similarities and some differences from the Mellow Aphrodite to the Casso's theme?
The similarities to it is just, you still got some of those lyrics that that's just really tapping into the theme. Mellow Aphrodite was really tapped into the goddess of love and all that energy. The lyrics and stuff is really tapped into that subject matter. The same with this one, like all the bars and the lyrics that I'm giving are mainly predicated to the subject matter, but at the same time, it just gives you the similarities and the and some of the setups on there versus song for song, how so many of them stick to it. And there's a lot of similarities to Graffiti Rap. There's a lot of similarities to Graffiti Rap on there as well too, with some of the boom batting and some of the lyrics and stuff as well. So you can borrow a little bit of both of those and implement it into this one right here.
Yo, that's the thing right there. Yo, we got a legend in the building. I'm gonna let you read that comment right there. Yo, that's big right there. How does that feel right there? You putting in the work. Salute, definitely to Kool Rock.
Shout out Kool Rock Ski. Definitely.
Yo, that's a fact right there.
Been a big part of this album. Was definitely around for the, post-productions, definitely appreciate everything that he put into this album. And there will be a sneak peek, appearance from Kool Rock on this album, y'all. So y'all stay tuned. He will be sliding in to give us 1-2, not Mike 1-2, but to just give us opinion and stuff on there.
Okay. Wow. So that's the thing right there. So it's like, how does that feel? You putting in the work to have a legend like Kool Rock Ski to say, yo, you next up. This is a dope project, and PenGame is next up. What does that mean to you as an MC?
It just means this all the hard work and everything that we put in, from square one to now, just taking that torch, that baton, and just taking it to the next level, as far as what I can do, what I can bring to my culture, to my people is what you hear through these records. So I just try to have a responsibility to making sure that substance is not watered down, making sure that it checks all the boxes for a classic hip hop album. And that's what I'm going to do from here on out. With everything that I drop, it's got to check those boxes. That way it's me. If it's not, then it's not me. So, we got to keep moving forward. Like he said, the progress, process and progress. We're going to keep moving forward. And just keep building to this while we have the breath in our bodies to do so.
Yeah, and that's real right there. Like you said, having the breath in our body to do it and taking advantage of the moment right there. So let's ask, like, yo, what was the process like different for you going in the studio now that you got legends in the game like that? I'm pretty sure they're teaching you certain things in the studio and stuff like that, are giving pointers and tips. So what's some things that helped you along the way?
Mainly, there's it's mainly after, post-production, that's where it really comes in. I've kind of developed my own little, my own style and how I do my music. So no, they don't want to really touch that, like let that fester, let that, leave that alone. So I don't really have to have any help or guidance towards any songs or anything like that, but just post-production, sound, direction, where we want to take it, and taking things to the next level, from that particular point. And that's where it helps to have those legends or have those people that have already been there, so you don't make the same mistakes that they've made, or you don't continue to make the same mistakes that you've already made. So that's where that comes in the key. That's where that's really key at right there.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there. You said a powerful thing. And this project is actually the first one you done with Certified, right?
Yeah, it's the first one with Certified Nation Entertainment, City the Great. It's
Right,
Only Right. You got James, J Law, all fantastic artists that came on there and really brought it.
right.
Definitely salute to my brother Hash that's on there as well.
Salute the hash, salute
And
the
yeah, Hash on there for Survival 7. He did his thing. Man, y'all are gonna be real. Man, I don't want to say too much,
right,
but man, I'm trying to tell you, man, this thing is I'm gonna leave that for y'all once it's consumed, man. But it's gonna be well worth the buy.
right.
It's gonna be well worth that purchase.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. So it's like working with your brothers, right? Because you already knew each other already before. Hash his family, Certified his family, and stuff like that. So doing those collabs and features, what was the vibe going into these records?
The vibe was it was like unreal, man. It's just an unreal thing because when you and I have had these times where we've had our conversations in the past, and we
Right,
bring something up, and then to see it come to fruition, and it was like you're trapped inside of a moment,
right,
something that has already been talked about previously, and now here we are putting it together. Since in New York, when we left New York, we were thinking like, hey, we got to get together, we got to do this, we got to do these tracks, we got to do these features. We got to build it from here and, take it to another level. And then in the process of doing it, I was thinking about that, like, man, here we go. We at this point now where, it's time. Like, it's
right.
time to put up or shut up. Like, we got to put this stuff out. We got to, make something monumental. After that, it couldn't be just a regular album. I kind of just wanted to go all out on this one.
On this one right here, yo, salute the crews. He said, "Yo, we got some previews coming up, right?" He said, "Let's get the
Hey, you
previews."
know what, man? I meant to tell him he's got there's a surprise for him on
Wow,
this album on one of those skits. It's a nice little surprise for him right there.
wow. So that's dope right there, yo. We got more. Yo, salute the hash. Definitely checking in. What's the deal, bro?
Yeah, Hash, man. Hash got bars
Hash
in the
got bars. He's a
building.
problem, yo. He's a problem right
Oh
there, yeah.
yeah. His verse on there, man, is it's like walk off Homer.
Wow.
In the ninth inning with the game tied. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
boom. And he up
Hash
out of
comes
here.
through.
So he up out of here, yo. So let's
Yeah,
talk
Hash
about it.
comes through. That
He,
boy come through.
he comes through. So let's talk about it. What was the first joint that you came up with? It may not be the order of the songs, but
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
the first one that set it off? Which
I
one?
think Casso.
Casso set it
Yeah,
off.
the first one was Casso.
Right.
That's the one that's it's like it's got that type of it's nice raw sample. It's kind of got that old school feel to it.
Right.
It's got me and James on there, and then Hash is on the second version. We did the first one is just me and James, and then I got it. It's gonna be like a bonus track. Toward the end of the track listing, Hash his verse will be on that particular one. Just
Right.
knock out my second verse, throw Hashes in, so you'll have me, James, and Hash in that order.
Right.
But it was that's what kind of set the whole tone because it's like when I paint, it's like Casso, and that's the theme, Blanco. So
Right.
I'm basically telling everybody from the start what they're about to listen to.
Wow.
It's like I got the heart of 10 lions on cage, and it's a problem. And 10 out of 10, no doctor could even solve them. Spoils to the victor, go turbulence to the Richter. I'm superbalist, naturalist, like an herbalist, certified, never heard of us. Give us beats, we're murderers. They tried to change the game, we adapted and then evolved it. To do the unthinkable again, that's enormous. When I paint, it's like Casso, and that's the theme, Blanco. So that's the hook. So I'm
Right.
telling the listener already what you about to hear.
This is what you about to get.
I'm letting them know already that it's gonna be greatness.
Right.
Greatness from the tip.
Yo, and that's the thing, yo. It's like, and I know you're a lyricist when it comes to it. We talked about that every time. The pen game, your pen game is crazy, and you representing the bars. So it's like, okay, you come up with the first one, right? And you said that's the collab with you. I don't want to say his name wrong, and I know Hash was
James.
James. Okay, so you, James, and Hash. So it's like at that point, did you know, like, yo, this is going on the album, we about to roll, or were you just creating?
I knew it was going on the album because that one started the momentum towards me writing the rest of the songs. So I knew that was a staple. You know, that was a staple in there. So I was like, okay, this one is definitely going on there.
Right.
So I didn't know who would feature on it yet, though. You know, that came. Most of the features came. I had already did most of my verses and laid down my stuff already before you know anybody jumped on.
Dope. That's dope right there, and that's the thing. So it's like, all right, yo, I'm excited about it. It drops next week on Saturday.
Yeah, on the 20th.
On the 20th. Yo, how many songs on the joint?
It's going to be about 15 songs roughly 15. With 3 skits. So 15 you got 3 skits in there, so roughly about 12.
About 12. And that's the thing, yo, the skits, that's the old school hip hop. That's that real classic hip hop where it's like, yo, some of the skits were famous still like the songs. I remember Redman and different people used to kill them.
Yo, these skits on there are going to be just like that. You know what I'm saying? You got Samantha, she's on one skit. You got Bishop Burns, you know, Certified Family. He's on one skit. And then you got Kool Rock Ski, you know, on the other one, you know. So I mean, it don't get much better than that, sharing it with the family.
Right. And that's the thing right there. And it's like everybody in there is really, you really know these people. It's really family. So it's like to have that on there just ties it all together the next level. So it's like, I'm definitely excited. She says it's going to get real artistic. Salute to Samantha Leavell in the building. City the Great in the building. Certified Nation.
City the Great. That's my guy.
Yo, he said, yo, and that's it. He said, taking it back to the day of the skills, the real hip hop. Yo, and that's the thing right there. And it's like, that's what's needed right there. It's like, so, yo, let's get into it, right? Track 1. What's the first joint on it?
Casso's theme, the intro. And, you know, I mean, it's kind of hard to, you know, the intros are always the same with my project, man. I try to just, it's more like, for anybody out there writing it, I write it in more like a freestyle form. You know, not like a song form. So I don't worry about if it's 16 bars. I just write, and then when I feel like stopping is when I stop. So that's how I do that. But I try to make it, it's definitely theme based, but my intros are always a reflection of my life personally. So those are very personal tracks. They're going to let you know, almost like if I haven't seen you in a while and we meet up, and I'm like, yo, Sion, what's good? And you like, man, what's up? You know, we talking personal stuff, you know? So I'm letting my listener know where I'm at in that time and space. You know, when they turn that album on, they'll know like right away, like, you know, I'm telling them about, you know, what we went through with the American way as far as, you know, I lost my grandmother. And then 2 days after that, I lost my auntie. We went to Kansas, did the American way, and on the night we're about to perform out there in Manhattan, Kansas, my cousin drowned in Lake Michigan. So I say that in the verse, you know, you know, I say how I lost grandmother, lost auntie, cousin, you know, put all that on there in that track, and then we just go from there. It's also a love fest, you know. It's you know, and that one part on there is with the moving like a combat in space. I'm just pretty much just talking about me and my wife, how we just go through the things that we go through. We still rocking. We still, you know, it's a shout out to her because, you know, that in love with my soulmate. And then it's moving like a combat in space. We on a rapid pace, but like a jog, we stay in place no matter the time or any place. So that's just letting her know like, hey, we riding, we doing this thing together. We gonna overcome everything, every obstacle that's in our way. You know, no matter how fast and rapid the path is, we moving in place. You know, we still lockstep together. So it's just a beautiful way of just articulately creating a story without just telling someone plain for words. We did this, we did that, we did this. It's just a excuse me. Still trying to get over this cold. We still are creating beautiful art around just normal speech. You know, we don't want it to be boring. You know, I wanted to kind of just take it around the block a couple of times, you know, so people can, a lot of playbacks on this album. I want people to be like, man, I got to play that back. I didn't catch, let me play that back.
Every song, catch everything.
Playback. We want playbacks.
And that's the thing. So it's almost like a collage, like you said. So with the intro, like you said, this is what's been going on. So it's almost like painting a picture of different times of your life in one song. So it's like, I think that's the one that's exclusive. I think it might be exclusive for that one right there, right?
I think we might have an exclusive. Shout out City the Great. We're going to go ahead and do that right now on Sion's platform. So, you know, there you guys go. This is the Casso theme intro. probably put this video out for, you know, consumption, you know, right before the Casso release to surprise everyone. But you about to see it right here first from my man Sion's, man, Proof in the Pudding podcast.
Let's do it.
The path is enormous. I'm breaking like Jonas. Scientifically, it's ridiculous how I'm on it. My style could ghost write itself. Think about it as haunting. Making your inner mind think like it's outer mind. You must be out of mind or living blind. And probably crash on the other side of time. Grandma, auntie, cousin lost them in just a week. Betty Bird and Meeks, without you I'm not complete. I'm spitting like a beast, humble, you can say the least. Every frame by frame is like a puzzle piece. Abstract, multi-dimensional, legendary photo. Every legend, Michael before the Jordan logo. I'll make a place in every verse like it's home. Holding up that pose, last shot in the Superdome. Ended how I begun it, destiny in abundance. In love with my soulmate, moving like a comet in space. We're on a rapid pace. But like a jog, we stay in place, whatever the time or any place. Negative but positive, catalog like a novelist. I'm hoping she can ovulate. Overnight we can populate and you articulate how I stepped it up to a golden rate. Watch how I stop this T1 with nitrogen. T2 like a Terminator with Schwarzenegger. From the hill have eyes with photogenic lenses. High definition, we catch him on camera, they edit, which is position. PenGame Classic, how I conduct the composition. And Key Largo, painting like I'm Picasso. Everybody's scamming these days like Wells Fargo. As far as Fargo, got certified in my cargo. Could never be tomorrow if you're being misled. That C question mark go, I'm leaving my sketch. There's beauty in destruction. See the chaos in the pretty face. At that moment you knew you're in love with the thrill. And when opposites attract, that moment is real. Have you ever loved something so much and hated it so much? Two things can't be true at the same time. Casso's theme.
You're listening to my daddy. Reflecting light from the sun, we love every day. Nothing can stop us from flying.
Hold on, was it freezing, bro?
The shit ain't got no substance.
Hold on. In the comments, some people said it was freezing up. Was it freezing?
It was a little bit. It was a little bit.
No, we got to do it right, bro. We got to do it right, bro. We got to do it right. Yeah, nah, we can't do it like that, yo. Hold on. We can't do them like that, yo. We about to take that back right there. We got to take that back. We got to do it right, yo. It's exclusive right now, yo.
Take it back, man.
Yeah, nah, we can't go out like that. We can't go out like that. Here we go.
The path is enormous. I'm breaking like Jonas. Scientifically, it's ridiculous how I'm on it. My style could ghost write itself. Think about it as haunting. Making your inner mind think like it's outer mind. You must be out of mind or living blind. And probably crash on the other side of time. Grandma, auntie, cousin lost them in just a week. Betty Bird and Meeks, without you I'm not complete. I'm spitting like a beast, humble, you can say the least. Every frame by frame is like a puzzle piece. Abstract, multi-dimensional, legendary photo. Every legend, Michael before the Jordan logo. I'll make a place in every verse like it's home. Holding up that pose, last shot in the Superdome. Ended how I begun it, destiny in abundance. In love with my soulmate, moving like a comet in space. We're on a rapid pace. But like a jog, we stay in place, whatever the time or any place. Negative but positive, catalog like a novelist. I'm hoping she can ovulate. Overnight we can populate and you articulate how I stepped it up to a golden rate. Watch how I stop this T1 with nitrogen. T2 like a Terminator with Schwarzenegger. From the hill have eyes with photogenic lenses. High definition, we catch him on camera, they edit, switches position. PenGame Classic, how I conduct the composition. And Key Largo, painting like I'm Picasso. Everybody's scamming these days like Wells Fargo. As far as Fargo, got certified in my cargo. Could never be tomorrow if you're being misled. That C question mark go, I'm leaving my sketch. There's beauty in destruction. See the chaos in the pretty face. At
At that moment you knew you're in love with the thrill. And when opposites attract, that moment is real. Have you ever loved something so much and hated it so much? Two things can't be true at the same time. Casso's theme.
You're listening to my daddy. Reflecting light from the sun. From the sun, we love every day. Nothing can stop us from praying.
That club break just because the beat is club break like that. You have the shit ain't not really good. You got no purpose for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just good to see that this shit is coming back there.
Hold on, man. Hold on. I had to take that back. We was just talking about that playback value. Bro, there's a lot going on out there. A lot of history right there in that video right there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like shooting that? Because I see a lot of features. I see the part with your daughter. You in New York City. There's a lot going on, bro. So what was that feeling like shooting that video right there and capturing that moment? Because that's art in itself right there.
Yeah, that's why when I heard that, you know, we had already came back from New York. And when I heard that beat, you know, I was just thinking, you know, it just had New York City written all over it, you know, as far as just the artistic view. You know, we went over to Dumbo and, you know, that's when we were walking the bridge and stuff. We wanted to go over there, you know, very artsy, you know, community and really good appreciation for art. New York City has always had a vast appreciation for art as far as painting. And just anybody who thinks outside the box on a great level. So that's why I wanted to kind of bring it to New York City on that one. And it's just a remarkable feeling. I mean, you guys see It's Only Right, you know, in the video with me at Times Square spot, you know, none of that was planned. That brother was out there on his own, you know, and I was up there, you know, visiting for 3 or 4 days. I didn't hit him up and say, yo, meet me at Times Square. That's just what he do.
Wow.
You know, so you catching him in the organic moment of just doing what he's doing, and then I'll just pop up.
Right.
And he's already there doing his thing. You know, so that right there, that's just I mean, remarkable in itself that you know, that brother be out there hustling, you know, with his music and stuff like that. So it was just wonderful to shoot that, man.
Yeah, that's dope right there. Also saying City the Great in there.
Yeah, City the Great is in there too. You know, City the Great got his cameo. He's rocking one of his only Write Your Own History shirts.
Right.
He's got the melody, and you know, if you got certified, we want to be like Marvel when it comes to doing these videos. Like, you're going to see all type of Easter eggs and stuff within the videos. You have to go back and check City's part out. He's holding a T-shirt of Mellow Aphrodite in his hand, and then he's got the actual CD. He's got the CD of Mellow Aphrodite in his hand too.
Right.
And he's wearing, you know, It's Only Right. So he's up there, he's in the video, he's got his Only Right shirt on, and then he's holding Mellow Aphrodite with the Mellow Aphrodite shirt. So that's also, you know, bigging up what we got going on, little Easter eggs thrown in the videos and stuff.
Wow. And that's the thing right there. It's like, yo, that's one of those, like you said, the more you watch it, it's like, yo, I didn't catch that the next time. And salute. Samantha said, y'all definitely do that. So it's like every time you see it, you're going to pick up something else. That's like being multidimensional, where it's like not just one time and you catch everything. Like you said, we got the jewels spread out in there. You also had your daughter on the track.
Yeah. ZZ made her 3rd appearance, man. She's been doing this since she's been 2. You know what I'm saying? Each album she touches, you know, and she wanted, you know, when I do the little poetry things on there, you know, I just go off the top of the head, you know, and I guess she saw me doing that. She was down here with me. So I just have her go on there and just say her famous line.
Right.
And then this time around, you know, she was 4, so she was a little older. She just started just going, you know, with what she said. And I just recorded. I didn't tell her what to say. She did all that on her own. So you listening to a 4-year-old just freestyling some stuff on her own.
Wow. And that's the thing right there. It's like it's in the DNA right there. So it's like, yo, that's a beautiful thing to capture that moment. And like you said, so it's like, yo, that was the catch up to let people know this was going on with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you definitely captured that, and the visual is dope, right? Everything is there because, like, you went up there, like you said, you went up there, traveled to New York. Y'all did the event. Now it's like, okay, in the video, you see that. You see the family is very important. Your kids, your father. You captured all those elements, but you still kept the hip hop.
That's right. That's right. Because, you know, with a lot of these videos today, and that's what we were trying to do, like, you don't have to have the video with the, you know, people are, you know, if it's your theme, by all means, rock with it.
Right.
But we're just trying to show people that you can do videos in a different type of format, a different way, you know, where you don't have to, you know, have that green room or whatever with the car and the girl and, you know, just on some, you know, let's be a little bit more creative with it, a little bit more artistic with it, and make it mean something, make it have purpose, have meaning, something that can relate to other people. You know, there's people out there that don't really got money like that. They can't, you know, relate to a stack of money phone, you know, but they can relate to just, you know, seeing the things that you see in that video, the everyday walks of life.
Yeah, and that's real right there, and it's definitely dope right there. So it's like once it all came together, because it started with the song and the idea. Once you came up with the song, hear the playback on it, you see the visual come together. What's going through your mind?
Beautiful. Like, I'm just looking at it like a painting. Like, you know, this is art. You know, this is art right here. This is what I want my legacy to be. You know, it was a beautiful moment, man. And I'm still kind of absorbing it, you know, at this point. But, you know, I just looked at everything in front of me. Like, you know, this is the route that we're going to go. We're going to go this artistic route, make everything art, make everything like a portrait, you know, and that's what I just thought when I saw it. Was like, man, this is just a beautiful thing right here.
Yeah, that's the thing right there. So the video, when does the video drop? Because that was the exclusive, so the video is not even out now.
No, it's not out yet. We put the video out on the release date of the Casso theme album. Okay, so on the 20th
it'll drop. Okay, so that's dope right there. So okay, the song 2, what's the next song transition, and how did you come up with that, with the song placement?
Still ongoing, because we had you know, some late additions, but it's pretty much, I mean, it's still pretty much set up, you know, for how we want it to be. Just switch a couple things around here and there, but for the most part, you know, it's going to start off with that. Yeah, you got the Casso track that we already spoke on. Then you're going to have it goes from that to the Ruins. And that because I think when I first got the beats, those two really spun off of each other. Casso and Ruins kind of spun off of each other. Like, they sound like they should go right next to each other. And that's the one with It's Only Right. You know, I got It's Only Right on that particular track. He's on there. Wanted to you know, some skits are, you know, there'll be some skits in between these tracks too. Right. But you got It's Only Right on the Ruins track, and that one is phenomenal. You know, I'm gonna give people fair warning. These hooks are not like hooks that you normally hear on a track, where you got a repetitive 4-bar, you know, sequence, and then it repeats itself. You know, very, you know, kind of easy. Like, these hooks are gonna have people re-examining how hooks are being made and how the ear is trained to hear hooks. Because, you know, a funny story. It's Only Right, if he's listening, you know, when he got the beat, he was like, where's the hook? And I'm like, okay, it's on there. And he's like, he recorded it. And when I got his verse back, like, I'm listening to it, waiting for his verse to come on. And then I'm waiting. I'm like, did he even record it? Right. And I'm like, I'm still bopping. And then all of a sudden he comes in. So I'm like, oh, I didn't think nothing of it. Like, maybe the brother, hey, you vibing in the studio. Maybe he just wanted to come in right there. The second time around, I'm like, he asked me, is the verse a 4 or 8? And I'm like, it's an 8. And then it figured it out. I'm like, the hook sounds so much. Nothing on there it's like a verse. Right. So when he heard it, he probably just thought it was a part of my verse, and he didn't know where the hook was at. So I was like, bro, the hook was there. All you got to do is just come in right after. Like, that was the hook. So, you know, and that hook, I'm gonna break it down for people when they listen, because that hook is crazy, and I don't think people are gonna catch it. But it's Need trigonometry calculations to find my station on another level. When I spit, I don't get expectations. Pinpoint accuracy craft. That's the motivation. Niggas went back on their craft. I've been sitting waiting. And then it slows down. Like at first, it's like really fast, and then it's slow, to the point where I'm just, the word play on it slows down very much. At the beginning, it's fast. In the middle, it's middle. Then it slows down to the end.
Wow.
You know, so the last 2 words, I think I'm like, turn your little thoughts to ruins. Or I said, that's the storm brewing, turn your little thoughts to ruins. That's like really slow, not like slow where it's modified.
Right.
I just say it slower than the first part. So that hook goes from faster to slower. So people that's listening, that's something to look out for on that particular one.
Wow. So that's the thing, right? So having Only Right on there, because he's a legend in itself. Salute to his Only Right.
Yeah.
What was that
brother,
like?
man.
What was that like, working with him and then having him in the video and stuff like that? What's that been like? Because I know y'all already knew each other, but now it's like, y'all collabing more, actually seeing each other in person. So what's that vibe been like?
I've probably done the most tracks with his Only Right this year. Like there's some other stuff that I put out with him, for his stuff.
Right.
And outside of City the Great, probably one of the artists that I've done the most with this year. It's Only Right. It's been, high voltage, his energy is always there. Performance is good. So I know whatever he does, it's gonna be magnified on the stage because of the way he brings it on the performance tip.
Right.
So I just knew when I got it from him, he's one of those artists where whatever he do is him. I don't I tell artists all the time, when you got your style and you got your signature locked in, you don't worry about, what I'm doing on mine. You get on that track and you be you, because that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for another me. Otherwise I do it myself.
Right.
But I wanted to have his energy, his, what he brings to the table. And he did that perfectly on that track for me.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. So it's like, once it's all done and y'all playing it back, listening to it, it all comes together.
Yeah.
What's your reaction when you hear it? When you first listening back to the Ruins for the first time, what was your response?
Man, I was just like, damn, I can't believe we just did this shit. Like we just really put this shit out there like that. Like I had to listen to it a couple times, man. That hook, that hook is polarizing, man. When you're listening to it and you're getting every word, once you hear every word and you know what is being said, you just kind of just sit back. And then the verses, like, my second verse on there is filthy. It's just really filthy. So it kind of just puts the kids to bed type mode, so it just really solidified the album already. Like right there, you're already thinking like, damn, this is a dope ass album.
Right.
Shout out Bishop Burns in the building.
Bishop Burns, definitely. So that's the thing. So it's like it sets the tone because you're coming from the intro into this one. So it sets the bar right there. The intro already set the bar. So now you bring in this Only Right. He brings the energy and it's a collab right there. So it's like, what came next?
You got the Casso one after the intro. Then you got Ruins, and then it goes from Ruins to Different Alike. And that's one of my favorite songs on the whole album. Different Alike is crazy. I'm different and you different. So we all alike. Take this stick of dynamite and blow up your thoughts. Just the way that one from the hook to the verses, like just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous. The beat on there is slamming. Both of the verses on there are slamming. It's just like City said it best himself. Like, to me, Different Alike is one of my favorite ones on there personally.
Wow. He said it's fire. So it's fire. Yeah,
it's fire.
That's the thing right there. So like, what was that creative process like? Did you already have the idea before you heard the beat, or it's like the beat inspired it? How did you come up with it?
Once I heard the beat, it just took me. That's the journey that it took me on. Once I was able to come up with the hook, and I was just trying to make it. I was trying to relate to my audience, like looking at it like, look, I'm different, you different, but we all alike. Wow. And then going back to the abstract of keeping it Casso theme, take this stick of dynamite and blow up your thoughts.
Right.
You know, like we're just letting them know, like, this project, this album is mind blowing. You know, that was the way of saying it. Like, yo, this is mind blowing. And it's like my visuals to interpretate, elevate with a mind state. Feel it when you humming the rhythm, you like touche. Gotta take a moment to breathe and release when you're feeling that ease. Release when you're feeling that ease. Gotta take a moment to breathe and release when you're feeling that ease. And then the verses come in like that. But that's how that hook particularly goes. So it's just basically just letting everybody know, meditate in your space, be different, be who you are, man. Because in the end, we still alike.
Still alike. And that's the thing right there. We all want the same things, but it's like you said, take a second to take a second.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's like people, they caught up in that moment right there. It's like that quick second, that minute, that moment you take to breathe could save somebody's life or save your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's real right there. And it's like we all are different, but we all are like, we may be from that side, I might be from over here, but we still want the same things. We still want the best for our kids. So that's real right there. It's thinking outside of the box. And then the stick of dynamite and blow up your thoughts. Like you said, we're gonna blow your mind. So it's like creative in a different way. And that's the thing. It's like what a lot of artists is, they're one dimensional. Yeah. It's like they don't know how to have the double entendres and stuff like that, where it's like, yo, it has dual meanings and stuff. So it's like you hear it and it can mean both ways.
Yeah.
But it's like that's the creative side of being an artist right there. So it's like that's definitely dope right there. So that one right there is Air Like City the Great said that's his favorite. You said that's your favorite up there?
That's not City the Great's favorite. I can tell you that right now.
That's
not his. We'll get the City the Great's his favorite, but different alike. I mean, he likes it, but it's not. He'll tell you first that's not his favorite one. Okay. So, excuse me. You got different alike. Then it goes to exhilarating. Exhilarating. Speaking of, that's a perfect segue to City the Great. That's the track with City the Great on there, y'all, and that track is phenomenal. That track is like taking it back to, Nas AZ type vibe, because that's the vibe. And I said, right when I was coming into my verse, I was saying it's like got that Nas AZ feel, tossing the live. Wow. Brave hearts get quiet money. This is not a facade. Had to mention the Braveheart line in there. It's that whole verse I'm going through is predicated to a lot of the, rappers that's already been in the game. I'll shoot out Prodigy, shoot out 50 Cent in there, and just a creative way of blending the art in there. And, Bishop's, he's heard it. It's got that formula, and City the Great being the wordsmith that he is, and which is his new album going to be coming out in pretty soon here in January. And then you got January 8th to be exact. You got us jumping on that track, and him, he embraces that coach, that side of the culture with the Nas and AZ going on the track together. And I just think that one it's a tie between that one and another, and different alike, and a couple of others. I dare people to pick a favorite track. That's what I want to do, a challenge for people once it drops, to pick your one favorite and see what people do, because it's hard, man. I've tried. Right. So that's one of my favorite ones with City the Great on there. It's exhilarating. The beat says it all, man. The beat puts you back in like a Nas and AZ jump on that back in the day.
Wow, and that's the thing. So, how does it feel, being on the track? City the Great, like you said, great wordsmith. Definitely a big veteran in the game. So it's like, how does it feel to be on the track with him and y'all sparring? I know it's a respect, y'all brothers, and it's like, both respect each other's style. How was that?
It was great, and I mean, when I just do my features a little different than some people do, because I feel like I'm to the point where any artist that wants to do work with me, or listen to my projects, know that, I can go into another dimension when I'm doing what I do. So when I do my features, I want to make sure it's to the theme and it's to the point. So I don't necessarily go on there trying to kill it. I'm still painting my picture. Right. So I got to make sure that, my picture is still being painted right. And I don't need it to get distracted and go into another world. I let them kill it like that. And the way he just came out and murdered it was perfect, because that's what I needed, So I'll bring that on my solo tracks for my albums. That is, I'll take you to another level on my solo tracks, but I like to make the features tracks fit in pocket, you know, make it still relevant to the topic. And we did that on that. I mean, I think you can put up any two artists in the game, or independent, or, you know, amateur, whatever, and you'd be hard pressed to find, you know, a track with two MCs that's better, you know. So that's just how that one comes, you know. So I think it was a wonderful collaboration, man. I'm looking forward to many more in the future.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. That's a fact right there. So, yo, salute the City the Great on that one. That's exhilarating.
Yeah, exhilarating.
Okay. So that's number track 5?
Yeah, I think we're on 5. You got a couple skits here and there too, but you got exhilarating, and then you got, after that, you got the build up.
The build up.
Yeah, the build up. The build up is you know, I got that. I started working on that one right before Halloween, man, and it was perfect because it's got that spooky vibe to it, almost like a, you know, Halloween type of vibe to it. So I knew this one had to be, you know, we're gonna put the all black on and you know, get the gloves, and you know, we about to go there on this type of track. So J Law from Certified jumped on that track with me.
J-Law.
And J Law, shout out to J Law. He did his thing on there. He held it down, gave me a nice verse, and then I jumped on there and, you know, painted a nice picture on that one. I'm storytelling on that one. Just, you know, put together a real good story for y'all. And that one is filthy. Like, it's a real filthy track, man. I love the way that one came out, because I didn't really get a chance to hear it until it was already over with, you know. So I like the way that one came out. It was dope.
And that's the build up featuring J Law.
Yeah,
build up featuring. All right, yo. So that right there. So it's like, what's the vibe? What can people expect with that one? It's like the name says it all. Like, yeah, it's building up.
Yeah, once they hear the beat, the vibe is set, you know. So that one's almost like a surprise nugget. Like, just know that it's got a spooky type of ambiance to it. Like, it's got the I don't know what one of you know, somebody out there that's probably heard it, if they're in the comments, could put it out. But that piano, the way that piano was playing, it's almost like an Addams Family piano. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got that spooky piano sound to it, and then the way the beat has pockets. So you know, it's got the piano, it's got the, you know, the drop, the kick, and then it's like pockets. So then back to the piano. So it's like setting up perfectly for the artist to kind of paint a picture and create. He does that on his, and I definitely do that on mine. So, you know, that one is one of those ones that you know, we're gonna have to wait to hear.
Right. I don't got that one over here. Yeah, I don't got that one over here. I got another one coming up. Cruz, but I don't got that one yet. Right there.
Sorry, Cruz is I love his enthusiasm. He makes me feel very good that this project is coming out in another week. He makes me feel really good about that. Look, Samantha, yeah, there she go. She get good. Yeah, get the vibe, y'all. Those of y'all that have heard it, if you can explain something better than me, please, you know, type it in the comments, because, you know, it's a lot of tracks on there, man.
Yeah. And that's the thing right there, yo. It's like, yo, so it's right in time, because it's like, yo, we just left out of that era right there. It's cold.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, it's spooky. It's about to get spooky out here right now. So
it's like, got that type of vibe to it.
Yo, that's the thing right there. So it's like, yo, salute to J Law on that one. That's the build up.
Yeah, we got the build up. Then you got after the build up, I believe you got Came Up.
Okay, he's even asking for one. He was asking for. I got that one. We got that one.
That's City the Great's favorite track. That single has been released today, y'all. So you can go on to your Spotify, you can go on to your Apple Music, you can go on to YouTube, or just go into your iTunes and purchase it. You know, it's 99 cents. Go do that for your boy today. You know, go purchase Came Up, because that track is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. So, yo, you want to intro that right quick? We'll play that, and then we'll come back and talk about the rest of the project. And we'll talk about this one. What inspired this joint?
All right, I want to give big shouts out to, it's a crazy story behind this one.
Okay.
Big shouts out to City the Great. You know, this has been his favorite track. He's been pushing for this to be a single, and we made that happen. And shout out to John, my cousin John Muhammad, seldom seen, on that did artwork on that cover.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact right there. We're going to jump into that, and then we're going to break it down. We're going to jump right back into it.
Let's do it.
Certified category other. This coalition I done came up, wrote about my life in these lines. Change the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. I came to echo that sentiment like I'm playing some instruments. Artistic, how shorty be intimate. The weather is occupant, so we file like a document. Change the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. Stage presence with mass appeal. Gotta sit back and act some still. Cause this life is like an action reel. Keep the truth just like a weapon, it be concealed. That Lake Michigan feel and Cadillac DeVille's. That D'Angelo spill. Shorty, how you feel? I came up like Jack in the jail. From up under the hill, it's such a glorious feel. Cause ain't nobody walked my path. Ain't had my laughs, ain't had my scars. Only difference is you reach for the stars. And I become one, your little facade. That's a little mirage. If you never think it up, it won't exist. Remember when you used to be laughing, I really wanted this. A little hungry like Budapest, I make it stretch. My hustle game so durable like it's made of mesh. And when you measure the time, it's like I beat the test. I came up, wrote about my life in these lines. Change the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. I came to echo that sentiment like I'm playing some instruments. Artistic, how shorty be intimate. The weather is occupant, so we file like a document. Change the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. I ain't freestyling for nothing unless you paying something. In the pandemic, still rock shows and sold clothes. Even family didn't want me to make it. When you broke and you naked, they show you true, cause they don't gotta fake it. Cause when you up, they be quiet, and I ain't heard a peep in a minute. The realization is I'm coming up fast. Double down, put it all on my craft. That's a bet, through the blood, tears, sweat. I don't sleep, that's the cousin of death. I'm more relatable, Michigani and Jada flow. Gotta keep the locks on. Cold up in Michigan, I'm sleeping with my socks on. Focus like a cyborg, laser destination, I'm tracing a heat signature. Large, never miniature, Casso the paint literature. It's fixations, being broke is what I'm chasing, I'm running from. Fuck the world like I don't had enough. Nobody knew my struggle, then change the script how I write it in. I done came up, wrote about my life in these lines. Change the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. I came to echo that sentiment like I'm playing some instruments. Artistic, how shorty be intimate. The weather is occupant, so we file like a document. Change the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials.
Man.
All right, yo, let's talk about that artwork right quick, yo, because you shouted him out. You said that was your cousin.
Yeah. So
let's talk about the artwork.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. We got he wanted to paint it. We wanted to have like Graffiti Rap on there with the Casso theme and kind of blend it together because you know it's around the same time that Graffiti Rap dropped, which is today, last year, a whole year, and then Casso theme comes in. So right. They came up, just signifies that entire journey that everybody's watched from that point to now. And that's just like the cherry on it. Like this track just pretty much personifies, you know, everything that I've developed and where I'm at now, as far as the artist that I'm at, the man that I'm, you know, the man that I've become, the artist that I am. And I just wanted that track to be a window to kind of let people see what's going on in my mind. Because a lot of the times I touch so many different topics and try to do so many different things. I have to also let people know where I'm at as far as like on a real level as an artist and as a person. And so that's what I wanted to do on that particular track, is just talk more about that come up.
Yo, we definitely gonna get to that too, Samantha. And yo, salute the crews. Yo, I seen the comment. It said a little stack on the hook on that joint right there. But it's like, yo, what's the vibe that people can expect? Like that's out right now, right? That just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
It's the single right now, so that's setting the tone for the album right there, right? That's available on all platforms.
Yes, available on all platforms.
Okay, so that's the lead single right there. So it's like, yo, is a video coming for that one as well, or what's the rollout for it?
You know, stay tuned, y'all. You know, stay tuned. It's gonna be a lot of things to work on, man. So much is happening, so definitely stay tuned. But it's if it's a video for this project, definitely that's gonna be one of the songs, definitely.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there. So she brought up the 1 year. We're gonna get to that right after we finish going through the songs on here. But salute to that 1 year though, it makes a difference, right? So it's like, yo, okay, you came up. A lot has happened. You've been doing your thing. Let's talk about that right there while we on the Came Up track right there. You talked about a lot of it in the song.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how has your life changed in the last year? Because like you said, a lot of things happened quick.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just the whole thing was Certified. You know, I wasn't even with Certified last year at this time. You know, I was, you know, in some bad business deal, you know, and coming out of that, and me and Samantha were just linking and getting together with a vision that we, you know, we wanted to, you know, push this music, man, and help independent artists, and definitely help ourselves by, you know, pushing the narrative and changing it to, you know, doing what we did this past spring, summer with the American Way, going out there doing that with Hash and those brothers out there in Manhattan, Kansas, and then later doing the Brooklyn, shout out Kool Rock Ski, doing the Brooklyn event out there with the legends. And then, you know, just from that, you know, I've made made another trip out to New York, you know, to shoot that video. And then, you know, my day job is gone. I don't have my day job anymore. That's out of the way. So, you know, I'm strictly 100% music right now. You know, this is what I do, you know, full time. So I'm into the music full time. You know, my wife's doing her thing. My daughters, you know, is progressing. Like, everything is on the up for all of us, you know. So we go into this Casso thing with a lot of stuff on the horizons for Certified Nation Entertainment. You know, Kool Rock Ski, mentoring. You know, it's opened up doors for me in that regards, which, you know, you guys will follow up on later. It's going to be a lot of changes. It's going to be a lot of big things to announce, but in all due time, we will definitely bring that information out. You'll see it. You know, it's not something that will need to be spoken. It'll be seen.
Yeah, and that's a fact right here. Yeah, we got a definite intricate part of the pieces right here.
Hey.
Yo, what's going on? Yo, what's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on? How you feeling?
There we go.
Feeling
we got Samantha.
good. Feeling good. Happy anniversary. You know, I just had to point that out. I got my graffiti rap with me. Let's turn it around. Hold on. Got to show the whole cover. So,
man, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful right there.
Yeah, we got a question ahead. Maybe either one of y'all could take this one. It says, how difficult is it for the leap with the economy and the state that it is in?
Oh, for what's like not working? Are you saying?
Or just period, chasing a dream, I guess, not working, chasing a dream, all of that.
You know, there's you got to just find other ways to make your money. You gotta. A lot of these people don't understand when these artists are putting out. I'm not saying Cruz don't understand, because I know he does. Yeah. But just to answer his question, you know, you got artists that's selling their merch. I just looked at the numbers. You know, like the job that I work, we look at numbers. Once I looked at my numbers and I said, I can pretty much cover my paycheck that I'm making off of everything around me, and I need more time. I can't get time. I got to go ask somebody for time off. Right. I don't need to do that. Like, I can find ways to cover the money that I make in less time, and I'm more in control. You know, daughter needs to go to school certain times, needs to be picked up. Like, I don't like that. I know people that, you know, whatever works for people, but for me, I'm in a happier spot. The money is still there, and everybody's situation is different. But I would advise people to just be more financially aware of their situation before they jump and do that. Don't just jump and quit your job if you ain't doing anything to bring in the bills. Like, the music is not the primary source of the money. Right. You know, it's just that I can make the money that I was wasting my time at the gig.
You can't get the time back.
My time. I need more time than I need the little amount of money that they were paying me for. So I needed my time where we got an event, we got something we can do, I'm there. Right. You know, if I need to do a feature for somebody that's really big, I'm there. I could do it on the spot. Right. My life need to be more devoted around music, because it's starting to get to that point where this stuff is starting to come in. You got big names, you know, willing to help. So I have to change my life to accommodate the people that will be putting their, you know, their trust and their money and all that into the situation by being available for them to do that, and to be able to be at my best, not being all tired working the work week and then I did that for a complete year. I did that for an entire year. I dropped Graffiti Rap. I dropped Mellow Aphrodite. I'm about to drop Casso's theme. I did the American Way tour in Kansas. I did Brooklyn and still kept a job. It was just time for that to go. It was time for that to go. I'm still kind of mentally exhausted, but if you would have told me that's what it would have took to get me to that point, I probably would have, been like, I don't know if I could do that. But while you're doing it and you're off the emotional high and you're going through it, you just get through. Just took it day by day by day. It's a long year. When you do it like that, it feels like I remember 365 of those days completely in and out, because I was barely sleeping on most of those days. So it feels good to just have some type of now I just got more of a sense of direction,
right.
Where things are going to go and more control over it too.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there. Samantha, you've been around for most of the journey, so it's like, it's not all the journey right there. Looking back a year later, right? We're gonna get to the anniversary, right? But it's like just to see where he is now from a year ago today. Like, how does that feel looking from the outside in? Even though you're in there with him, just to see it all unfold, how does that feel for you?
Oh, just very proud of him, because it went from last year, like pushing, but not being quite sure how it was going to go, just not really having any idea. But this year has been crazy, and every day it's something new. It's always usually pretty good news lately. It's just something new, and it just keeps building and building. So I'm very proud of his progress, and I've been honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's the thing right there. So it's like, what's your favorite joint on the new one, Casso's thing?
You're talking about you, Sam?
Oh, I think it cut out for a second there.
Okay.
I missed that part because it cut out. What'd you say?
No, I was saying, what's your favorite song?
Oh, I think it cut out again.
Oh, wow. Can you hear me?
Oh my gosh. That, what, to be honest, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
I can.
Can you hear me? Yeah, to be honest, that's like asking me what child is my favorite child, because that whole album is just dope like that from start to finish. Like, I really don't have a favorite per se. It's just dope. I get excited on, which one are we going to share to the DJs tonight? That type of thing. So I love the whole thing. I can't pick a favorite.
Yeah, that's it. I feel you, and I respect that. He said that in the beginning. He said, it's gonna be hard for people to pick one.
Yeah, it's like that, and that's what we wanted to do. Like, Kool Rock, when he speaks on this thing too, like, we want to just destroy this narrative that you just do a single and you throw a crappy ass album out there, and people put all this money behind it. Like, these cats, man, we're trying to throw pure classics at people, man. Where the whole album is good. Get people back into buying music and feeling good about their purchase. Not feeling like somebody just threw some stuff together and calling it rap. Like, that stuff right there is is peasantry. To where we're at, man. Like, I'm not working with people like that. I'm not even looking at that type of. I'm not shortening my customer and the people that believe in the work that I do by resulting to that level of music, man. We're not doing it like that. So,
and that's a fact right there. So it's like putting together a great body of work, and that's the thing. It's like, Samantha, when you first heard it all come back together, what was your response when you heard it the first time you heard it, or did you hear it along the way?
Oh, so this particular album, I kind of was hearing it along the way as he would do, each song, he would send it out to me, and then we'd say, okay, we're going to go ahead and play this in Clubhouse tonight. So I got to already kind of hear it in, pieces. But then recently, within the last couple of days, I've been blessed to kind of hear it kind of straight through with the skits. It's dope.
And that's the thing right there. So it's like, what's been the response you're getting? Because I know you got Club Sam and then you're doing Clubhouse and stuff like that. So it's like, what's been the response to the record? I know you're excited about the response y'all been getting.
Man, incredible response. Incredible. They know his voice now.
Crazy. Yeah, Clubhouse has been it's been crazy. I mean, they've heard at least half the album already. You know, in the clubhouse rooms, you know, last week, you know, they've already had 5 of them in there. They had Be Yourself, Elegance, which we haven't talked about Be Yourself and Elegance yet. They had Came Up, Different Alike. You know, they already had a lot. And, you know, judging by, you know, the room, I mean, they want more. You know, it's just like, you know, what else, you know, what else you guys got? Like, damn, this is, you guys, every time you're giving us something that's fire. And I'm like, it's like, when that new album coming out from you, man? And I'm like, well, shit, y'all have already heard half of it. And they're like, damn. I said, yeah, everything we giving you is off this album.
Wow.
You know, so.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's like, let's talk about that real quick, because a lot of people, they think that social media is like, your clubhouse can get a lot of things, a lot of network, a lot of people in there. What's some of the benefits of the clubhouse and the radio clubhouse and stuff like that?
I think it's just like, I'll describe it to Samantha like this. It's like when people go to the club or they go out, you know, socially to maybe like a strip that's got different bars and restaurants, and you go into each particular location and you might see some people, you know, or you might strike a conversation in that particular, you know, that particular restaurant or that particular place. And whatever you do in that place, you know, that's cemented. You know, it's people in there. It's not just you and one other person. It's other people. You leave, you go to the other one. It's a whole different environment, still different people. Some other people may cross over and jump into that. And it's just like a night out on the town with people, you know, or like I was telling her, it's like going to different radio stations. You know, like you'd be able to just go to a radio station and just jump in this one and just get on the mic and interview. And then you leave and then you go into another location and you can jump on the mic and interview with those people in their platform. Like that's what it is, like stepping into a spot with a microphone and you just go up and you start talking to everybody in that particular location. You leave, go to the next one. And it has that vibe to it. So it's huge. It's huge, man. They playing music in there too. Like it's just huge. I like it better because social media, you just type in or you're sharing pictures. That one, you get to hear people. You get to see or hear what people got to say on top of the music and interact with them. So you kind of just get it more invested, you know, more invested in to follow them, more invested to, you know, listen to their music and stuff because you've already got, you know, a very good feel of that person by what they've said in that room.
Yeah, that's true right there. And the thing is like you never know who's in these rooms. You never know, like it's a lot of big people up in these rooms sometimes. Like so you never know who you're meeting or who you're talking to. So it's like it's definitely advantages and definitely it's good that y'all taking advantage of that. I see a lot of people they may not know about it. And they may say, I don't understand it. But it's like a lot of connections, a lot of networking takes place in Clubhouse. So that's dope right there. So to hear you say, yo, it's just like this, like, yo, hitting 5 radio stations in one night. Yeah. Each one of these rooms has their own followers. They have their own people. So this room may have 300. This people might have 80. It's like you're just making your rounds. So it's like, that's dope right there that you actually using that.
And
so
you never know because I would suggest people don't pay attention to how many followers people have. You know, just don't, because I mean, their accounts are linked and you can go to their Instagrams and you can go to their Twitters inside their accounts. You see, they might have more on one platform than the other. You got to just start listening to what people got to say and take it and just seeing what they're a part of as far as what their reach is, as far as not social media, but in real life. Like, what do they do? If this cat's in the radio, what type of radio does he got? You know, what type of reach does that radio have? You know, FM or syndicate and all that. And, you know, these blog people and, you know, some of these movie people and stuff. There's been a lot of people that just sit in the room and listen, man. And you'll go look at this stuff. And these people are film directors. They're, you know, they're involved in movies. And they're just sitting in there chilling, listening to the music and listening to what the people got to say. So that to me is way better because it kind of takes off that stigma of, oh, this person has a lot of followers, so I need to follow them. Or, you know, you just people just have to start taking people for their substance, their value, and what they present. You know.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there. There's definitely a lot of people get caught up in the numbers. It's like a lot of the famous people, You look at their followers, like millionaires. You look at their followers, like based on their followers. That's people that's in that mindset would think, I'm not following. They don't got their followers. We talking about Fortune 500. They may have a couple hundred people that they follow that they know, or that follow them, because most people don't even know who they are outside of the company. They know the company. They don't know who the business. So it's like, that's the thing right there. So it's like you said, in Clubhouse, is a lot of business owners and stuff like that. So it's like, even might be a Mark Zuckerberg in there. You don't know who he is. You looking, who is that guy? And you Google him. Oh, that's who such and such is. So it's like, that's right. Another thing, a benefit with Clubhouse is like a lot of people that's about business, a lot of networking. It cuts out the facade. It cuts out the jokes. It cuts out I'm trying to present myself this way. A lot of people in there, they're about their business, and it's like, and sometimes you only have maybe a minute. This is who I am in 30 seconds or less.
That's right.
So it's definitely real right there. So Samantha, I have you chime in right there. I don't know, you hear? I should probably switch over. So after Came Up, what's the next joint after Came Up?
You got Be Yourself, or it's a skit, and then you got Be Yourself, which is powerful record, man. Powerful record. Just the name of it right there says enough, but it's a very powerful track. It's definitely dear to me. The whole first verse is dedicated to my wife, who makes it possible for me to do the things that I do, as far as not working a main job, and the things that she does is unparalleled to the success that we're having here as a family unit and as a business with Certified. So definitely had to dedicate that first verse in that song to her, and throughout it. So
I think you answered that one earlier.
It's sticking to the theme. We're sticking into the Casso theme. It's just pretty much sprinkle art on every single track. That's how you can think about it. It's gonna be artistic on every single track. It's not just gonna be just flat out bars talking to you. It's gonna be abstract on purpose on certain lines. Certain things are just gonna be made abstract. Where people might be like, man, he's all over the place, doing that for a reason.
Right.
Sticking to that theme.
And we were talking about Be Yourself, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Samantha, what was your response when you heard the Be Yourself record?
Oh, I love it, because that's kind of what we preach, just about being yourself, and being a good, genuine person. And I think people respect you more and they gravitate to you more self. And, it's just an uplifting song.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact right there. So did the beat inspire you, or did you already have the idea in your mind? Did you have the concept already, or was it inspired by the beat?
The beat, the beat was something that was, that's just what I heard. When I heard the beat, that's pretty much what I knew I could put down to it. I just know while it was in development, I kind of felt the way it was going, and I just wanted it to be something that my daughter could listen to, and when she hears it, she's hearing that Be Yourself. Be yourself. So daddy not around at one particular time in her life, she'd be able to play that song, and it's like a fatherly, message being given to their child. So that's something that will be there longer than I will be here on this earth, that she can go to and listen to and be like, man, that's okay, Dad, I get you. In any stage of her life, and be able to get those jewels and those fruits.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. You're definitely a family first man. So it's like, how important is that in the lyrics, right? Like you said, I'm leaving the jewels, I'm leaving the direction in the music for my child. How important is the lyrics and people being held accountable for the things they say? A lot of times people it sounds good or it's a rap, but it's like, if it's causing damage or it's putting out negative energy, like how important is that to you when you're creating to keep your stuff? Like you said, I want my daughter to be able to listen to this. I want it to be of substance anytime in my life, to be able to listen back. So in that creative process, how important is that, the substance in the lyrics in your music?
It means everything. It's also challenging. It's easy to say nigga or motherfucker, or to say that cuss word in between, when you're stuck on that verse and you just say a cuss word and it just makes it all good, you know.
Right.
If it doesn't fit what I'm trying to say, then you know we don't do that. But definitely want to keep the substance at an all-time high and try to push further. You know, I challenge myself more as an artist now than I did earlier. You know, I'm an older man, more wiser and more mature. So I need a challenge to something to keep, you know, I've been doing it this long. People have to think what keeps you motivated. You haven't gotten anything monetary to really solidify what you've done. So the challenge, that is the challenge that keeps me going. That's what keeps the fuel and the fire lit and keep it going. So to stay on that trajectory, you know, I always have to challenge myself to do these things. And that's why it's difficult to just put these tracks together and things of that nature.
All right, who's going in? He said, "Who engineered it and what's they at?" So
he won't be getting that. He won't be getting that. I'm gonna keep it professional.
Right.
Keep it professional on this, and not gonna say too much about that. I just know inside long-time associate of somebody in the camp, you know, was somebody that we got to do it. And you know, there's a couple of other cats that you know, did a couple different tracks, but for the most part it was done by one engineer, industry level cat. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that.
All right, okay.
I don't even think he has an ad anyway. I don't think he's social media inclined. You know, one of those older cats that's not really into all that stuff. But he's one of the guys you go to for music, though, because he's been in the business for a while. But I'm just gonna leave that be.
And I feel you on that. Yeah, I respect that. So, all right, that was be you, be yourself.
Yeah, be yourself.
Okay. So, Samantha, you said that was one of your favorite ones too. It's like not your favorite, one of the favorite ones up there. Inspirational track right there. What's the type of vibe that you think people will get when they first hear that song?
Oh, I think just they're gonna feel inspired. I think, you know, first of all, they're gonna notice obviously the real hip hop aspect of it, you know, just kind of taking you back, and then they're just gonna feel inspired through it. Like, yeah, I can be myself. So, yeah, that's a good joint right there.
That's a good joint right there. So it's like that one. So what came after Be Yourself?
You got Elegance.
Elegance
comes after that one.
Okay. Is that a feature on this one or just you on this on Elegance?
It's just me on this one. It might be by the time the album comes out, it might be called Groove State. So just, you know, people you know, that's just the name of the beat, but it's probably gonna be called Groove State because that pretty much tells you what the track is. It's a vibe, you know. It's like you got your lady, and you want to, you know, it's that mature artistic type of vibe, you know, where I just was. I explained the Clubhouse. I told him, you know, this is the type of stuff I'm on. I don't know about y'all, but I know me, and this represents me and what I do. So I'm on this stuff where, you know, we might want to go see an art gallery, or we might want to go, you know, to go check something out. And it's just, you can see that being the soundtrack for the night, you know, for people are in that space with their lady or their guy and they go out. That's the soundtrack for the night. And that's the type of vibe that track gives. It gives for that. It's not the typical, people are either going to love that song or not like it, you know, as far as if it's the level that they're on, they'll love it. If it's not something that they're on, then it's not going to really, you know, it's not really going to stick to them like that.
Right. But it inspires some people. It's like some people woman might be into it. They may not be into it. Now it's like you gotta step up. Now you gotta change it up.
That's when the music is causing people to evolve and change, and that's what we do. So you might not like it right away, but for somebody that catches it and they get a chance and they see what happens around them with other people liking it, it may elevate them up to liking a certain track like that.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. So it's like nothing wrong with that. Like you said, art galleries and stuff like that. Grown man, mature stuff. It's like versus just going out. And it's like, yo, especially I know you're a father and a husband and stuff like that. So it's like, yo, you gotta do stuff for the family and things like that. So it's like what one person might be thinking, we just want to turn up. That's not what you want. Like turn up all the time. Like you turning up in the studio, but just out here wasting time, you working. So it's
That's
a different lane. It's a different lane right there. So it's a voice for that because the people out here that, you know, they're not on that same stuff as well. So that's dope right there. And I'm looking forward to hearing that one. So when you heard that one back, Samantha, what was your vibe from that one?
Hey, well, you know, I was feeling good, you know, for as a lady, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, even for the people, like you said, if they act like they ain't feeling it, they really feeling it on the low. They're just going to get them in their feels to want to get them to that level. You know, it's that level of maturity. You got to, you know, we're kind of at that age where you kind of got to be at that level. So even a young 20-year-old man, he can listen to that, be like, okay, that's kind of a level that I want to be as I get older. So, hey, man, everybody can vibe to that. Quit playing.
That's the thing. So you put them in the groove state right there. You get their grown man on. So it's like,
yep.
That's the thing, yo. I think Big said in one of his lyrics, like, yo, the right woman to make a thug want to put on a clean shirt.
You're right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, I feel you on that, yo. So the groove state. So then what came after that?
The last one, and that's also true. Come on up in here real quick.
Okay.
Come on up in here and say hi to the people.
Hi.
You know, we got
how you doing?
the beautiful wife right here. You know, this is ride or die right here. You know, like I said, y'all, this woman makes it very possible for me to do what I do. And I appreciate this woman to the fullest because without her, you don't get Graffiti Rap. You don't get Mellow Aphrodite. You don't get Casso Steam. You know, it's allowing me to be able to grind that hard, you know, for a whole year, time away from her. You know, we tried our best to balance things out. And then we, you know, we are very involved with our daughter. So to be able to do it all, I could not do it without this woman. And I'm just glad that she is a part of my life. And I love her very much. And I don't know where I would be. I don't even want to think about where I would be without her. I just want to just think about the future and what's to come. So she's definitely earned her keep.
Must strike.
You know, for any blessings that's to come, you know, she deserves it. She deserves it by sticking by my side and being right there with me throughout all the ups and downs that it comes with being an artist and getting your hopes up and then getting crushed down. And then, you know, she deserves everything, man, because, you know, she was right there with me through it all.
Yeah, and that's a fact
He didn't
right
tell
there.
you guys about that.
Go ahead.
That I can. I've been begging him to sing with him on a song.
All right,
and he's not letting me.
That's enough. Try to let you get it. She could probably speak some different languages because she knows, like, you know, freaking four languages. I'll have her speak some different languages on the album. We can use that. Right. But nah, it won't be any singing. We already got Bash doing auto tunes and stuff on tracks, you know, with his Arabic language and stuff. We don't need her. I'm cool on that.
Don't sing it. Don't sing it on this one.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, but that's real life, yo. The thing is like, yo, y'all inspire each other. Like, yo, it's like the same way where you weak, she's strong. Where you're strong, she's weak, and y'all balance each other out. And that's a beautiful thing right there. And it's like for her to be on the journey with you. And it's like, yo, the success and y'all beautiful family, y'all building up. It's like, yo, your highs are her highs, your lows are her. So it's like, yo, it's an honor for both of y'all. Salute to both of y'all because she's definitely an intricate part of the machine as well.
Yeah, she is. She is the machine. She is definitely a part of it. And that's perfect segue to Also True, the last track on there. Well, the last track before the 2 bonus tracks, but it's Also True. It's like, it's got that 1980s type of sample sound in the back. So it's very, man, it's, you got to be careful listening to this album under any influences. So that means alcohol, edible, whatever people are doing, because your mind is gone. You're going to be gone. And Also True, City the Great wants that one to be a video as well. Wants that track. He says, you know, these tracks are seamless. Like they fit in any realm of life, rather it's commercial, TV, radio. You know, they're very, they're not confrontational. They're not a threat or something they're very easy on society. And that's one of those tracks where I artistically take you through a conversation with a woman. And The hook is pretty much, if I can remember, seeing is knowing, but they manipulate the picture. Got to go within to get a better picture. And it's also true. I only hope you coming to do. I only hope you coming to do. And the background, the sample is saying, don't hold me up. It's saying, don't hold me down, or just bring me up. So what I'm saying, seeing is knowing, it's like, gotta go within to get a better picture. It's also true. I only hope you coming to do, and it's saying, pick me up, don't bring me down, pick me up. And that's part. So it's letting it know, like, that's the vibe from the whole track. It's like, look, I'm elevating. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear that. People bringing me down with all this BS. I'm up.
Right.
You know, that's what that song is pretty much telling you. Is mentally just be up at all times. You know, don't let City said it best. It's a vibe. You know, it's just this whole thing is a vibe. And that's how the album closes out. You know, so when I thought, and then just to answer your question, if you're going to say it like the other ones, when I got to that track and when I heard it, I'm going to tell you my first reaction was this. There ain't no other songs left. Wow. I'm like, damn, what's the next track? Like, damn, I don't the album over already? Like, oh man, play. So that's why I felt before I probably would have scratched the 2 tracks. But you know, I had to have Hash on here. I had to have my cousin John. So I just put those, really they would be defined as remixes, but we just gonna put those 2 as bonuses because you still like you still wanting to hear something after it's over. So that's the element of surprise, is that you got John and then you got Hash closing it out. So that's the Casso track again, but with Hash on it and James. And I mean, came up is after Also True, and that has John on there, Seldom Seen. And then it's Casso is the very, very last, and that's with myself, James, and Hash, and that's how it closes out.
Wow. So that's dope right there. So it's like, that drops next Saturday on all platforms. They can check that out. We're definitely looking forward to that one. The projects and the singles that you dropped today, one of them dropped, that came up today, right? That's out now. And then we played the video, the exclusive for the intro.
Yep, for the intro. Yep, it's almost an intro to what they're going to be getting on this album, you know. So a lot of people don't do intros as videos, but the intros that we've done for Graffiti Rap and for Mellow Aphrodite are people, I mean, they're always the star. You know, like I tell Samantha, I said, we'll see what stars are on this album. The intros are always the stars on Apple Music. When people put the little stars, every intro is a star, you know. So it's like people, that's the first song they hear, and it's always a star. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, that this time around, I wanted to kind of pay homage to the intros and to what they've been, people been receiving them by putting the video for the intro solely. So that's why I did it for this one and didn't just pick a different song. I wanted to give a little bit more love to the intro.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there. And it's a very monumental day. So it's like, yo, you did that one for the video, for the intro. Then you got Came Up dropping today, right? That's the lead single leading up to Casso's theme, right? They got the intro coming down the road. That drops the same day. So the video will be available. If I'm not mistaken, the single's out now. The video drops Saturday along with the project.
That's right.
So tap into the video when that drops, support the record. Go ahead and download the whole album and then support the video as well. But today is a very special day for you.
Yeah, it is, man. Yeah. It's a very special day. We got happy birthday, Graffiti Rap. It's a 1-year anniversary, and pretty much this whole journey that, you know, me and Samantha have been on started around this time last year.
Wow. This time last year. So in a year, 365 days, look how so much changed. And it's like, again, it's like, yo, how does that feel? Because Graffiti Rap pretty much has been doing numbers. Graffiti Rap has been doing numbers. Y'all been working it. In a year's time, yo, Samantha, you still here?
I'm still here. My internet's going like it. I don't know what's up, but the internet's going in and out. It's weird. So
might want to hold that shirt up one more time because it kind of faded. Yeah. Just hold that shirt up one more time.
Okay, hold the shirt up. Okay,
yeah, just hold it up slowly. So if the internet goes out,
okay, you see the front.
Yep. No, go to the back. Yep.
We got that.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna
Yep.
go to the back slowly.
So if it fades
Got
out,
it?
there you go.
Are we in there? There we go.
Yep.
That's a
I
fact.
appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. So a year later, like, yo, looking back, how does that feel for you, brother?
Man, it's like that project changed my life, man. I think we're at 226,000 streams, and you know, for an entire year. You know, some people get that their first week, man. I mean, it took a long time. I mean, goodness, you know, for it to get to 200,000 streams, it seemed like it took forever. But just organically watching that take place, you know, it's been that definitely has not soaking in because I've been so busy. You know, I've done another project and I've done 2 projects since then, and it just has not caught up to me yet. But you know, I'm gonna take some time to reflect on that tonight. You know, and just take a night to just kind of take it all in because all of us were going through it. You're a part of that journey.
Wow.
She's a part of that journey. Hash is a part of that journey. Like everything that we sat down and we talked about has been manifestation in its truest form. And I can share that with each of you all because we actually can go back to those moments where we were like, it'd be a good idea to do this. And then it happens. But it didn't happen. We were not sitting there saying it'll be nice to do this, and then sat down and never did anything. Like the work was done for these particular things to take place. So just to see that people can come together and achieve things is kind of a collaborative memory, you know, not just, oh, I did Graffiti Rap a year ago. It's so much more that goes into that. The American way, the charity, you know, the event, and the Brooklyn, you know, the East New York, you know, all of that is kind of just tied in to Certified Nation Entertainment. You know, all of that is tied in. So it's almost like a birthday for all of those things in one. And then, you know, the Casso's theme coming, it's like just the cherry on the Sunday, man. Like that is just remarkable, man. To, you know, I've been a fan of an artist just growing up, and I love when my favorite artist was about to put out a project, and most of them did one a year. But you know, to see 3 of them done in 1 year with absolute substance, all be different, artwork ridiculous, good quality features, excellent beat selection. You know, barely won't hear me say the same things over and over again on each of the projects. Taking it to another level. As a fan, I would just be adored as a hip hop fan if that was an artist that I was following coming up, because that's what I look for. That's what drives me to go to these stores and purchase these records, or to stream them, or to download them, whatever era it was in. But that's what we did on this particular one, and it just makes me feel proud that album is the one that, you know, kind of catapulted everything that all of us are doing.
That's a fact right there. And that's the thing. It's like a lot of those conversations took place in Clubhouse, in the rooms and stuff like that. And it's like, yo, like you said, for a year, you've been consistently putting the work in. So it's like the seed, like you said, some people might get it overnight with the machines, or they, you know, buying it and stuff like that. But to organically go through the journey, hit $200,000, that's a big accomplishment. 200,000 streams, very big accomplishment. Like as an artist, how does that feel? Like, yo, I know you're not looking at the numbers where it's like, I'm done now, but it's like, you got to see your work paying off. And it didn't happen overnight. So what was that process like? What was that year like? Like looking back, reflecting.
It was more business. Like I was really about my business. Like we were paying attention to numbers. If something was low, we went back. We tried to figure out a way to kind of add pop to it, maybe put out a video, you know. And Graffiti Rap actually has 4 videos. It has timing, thoughts, benefit, playoff mics. Playoff mics toward the end was a good idea. Shout out to my guy Antonio out of Kicked Up. Got a nice little store location that allowed me to shoot there in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. We did that there, and just using that whole thing, that brought, you know, a whole different, you know, fans to the album, you know, later. And that's what I'm going to continue to do with Mellow Aphrodite, is just it's like a strategy thing, you know. In between slow movement with Casso, you might get a Mellow Aphrodite video here and there.
Right.
But we just try to just be. We looked at it like this: we're independent. We do whatever we want.
That's
so we're not constricted to just you drop during this time, you get two videos, and that's it. Like, no, we mixing it up. We looking at our numbers and we seeing we need to change, switch something up, or you know, promote something or do an interview. You know, your platform, other platforms have helped and assist in that. You know, being able to speak on things. We did the tours and you know, went across the country. Like, there was always something to always shine light on graffiti rap. The clothing, you know, having the clothing in the stores, people, and I looked at that as two things. Even if people do not purchase it, it's sitting in that mall every day.
They saying
walk past it every day. So every day, right now, the mall's closed here right now, but all day long while we were out running around doing what we were doing, and on this interview, people been walking past seeing Mellow Aphrodite cover, seeing graffiti rap cover in the mall, you know. So it's doing its thing. We just got real business. I mean, you gotta see it before you believe it, and you gotta be it before you become it. And that's what we already were prepping. Like, we already were a business, and we already were in the music business. So we looked at these numbers. We tried to come up with, like, as smooth as this is today, you know, it didn't seem like this would be this smooth a couple days ago, you know, as far as releasing this single and celebrating graffiti rap. And, you know, that's why, you know, names, we haven't come up with the names all the way, you know, for the, and this is a real element side that I like to share, because people think, you know, this album comes out, it's all good and dandy, and it's not, you know, it's not. But what we've learned from dealing with this thing a year ago is there's not anything that is not going to throw us off where we can't handle it. You know, we can handle whatever you throw at us. We're just going to absorb it, and we're going to switch up our game plan, and we're going to come up with another plan on the spot. And that's what social media and everything has taught me in this process, is that you have to be able to drop everything and switch up your whole routine, your whole plan on the fly, and change right away, with the music, with the marketing, with the whole strategy of it. When you are independent, you got to be able to move faster, quicker, smarter. And that's what this whole entire year has brought. You know, let's say my mind hasn't even had a chance to slow down to reflect on graffiti rap, man. Like, I'm not even the same man anymore, you know, since graffiti rap has taken place. We were all, when graffiti rap was coming out, when I finally finished it, we were just about to go through a pandemic. You know, all of us were sitting, you know, around and about to go through a pandemic. So to be able to, you know, to where we're at now, man, it's remarkable, man. You couldn't tell me in 2010 that this was about to take place and all this stuff was going to happen. And, yo, you're going to have way more success doing your music during that time frame. I would have been like, man, yeah, right.
That's a fact.
No, with a pandemic, things shut down, and you telling me that's going to be the best the best opportunity that I got, man. I'm like, you know how much work that's going to require. So yeah, that's where it really, you know, it was almost like the harder things got, the more I was game for it and ready to take it on. And that's what I used as my fuel all these years, when industry was on different music and our music wasn't really looked at like it was something that just fueled me even more as an artist. Like, I'm just going to make the most dopest stuff that you can't, even if it's not the music that you like, you're going to have to hear it and you're going to have to deal with it, because it's going to be so dope that you're not going to have no choice but to just sit back and be like, you know what, I may not listen to that, but that dude is fire. And that's what I've done, you know. A lot of young, and shout out to the young fans, man, the young people, especially locally. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody in E-Town, you know, that's been showing love and support, man. These young cats have been hitting me up like crazy, man. And they've been like, yo, this is dope, and this is good. They buy the shirts, they support them. I post pictures of them wearing it on the category other Instagram. I need to do more of that. Try to get them implemented in the process, because, you know, they get a bad rep for their taste in music, but I'm here to tell you, they like substance too. You know, you just have to give it to them in the way where they like it, and it's artistic, and they're very artistic people. They think outside the box. They listen to music in colors, you know, where someone older doesn't. you know, and they hear things differently and see things differently, and they like the fact that I give them the art, the music, the man, because I'm relatable. They can come see me and I can talk with them, and they like the mentoring shit. So when they talk to me, I'm talking to them like I talk on the album, like I talk in real life. Like they know, like, man, this guy is about his family. He's about his, they know. That's why when they get the music, it's like the most, like Tupac. You knew this brother was about what he was about. When you met him, he was about that. When you heard him on the music, he was about that. When you saw him in the streets, he was about that. When they listen to my music, they know this is, all these boxes are being checked. I can fuck with him because he's really about everything that he's saying. He's accessible. When he's accessible, he's showing love. He's, you know, asking me personal questions about my life. He remembers, you know, details about my life. So I definitely want to give them a shout out because they've been very supportive in those streams. That's what has kept that number going up. It's because the local people that has been listening to it and spreading it to their high school mates or college mates, those are the ones that have gotten those streams up to those numbers. So I definitely want to salute and give them love, because thank you very much, y'all, for supporting and rocking with it.
Salute to that. Yeah, that's real, yo. And Samantha, while you're here, right, I got 4 different moments, and I want to know what comes to mind. I'm gonna give you the situation. You tell me what comes to your mind.
Okay.
Album review for Graffiti Rap.
Wow. Oh my goodness, that man, that's what started it all. The album review. It came to be like a simple Apple iTunes review, which turned into, yo, that wording was dope. Can you write a full review? Did that, and it just, man, it just catapulted everything. So I just always credit, you know, PenGame and Graffiti Rap for just starting this whole thing off, or at least setting the fire, at least lighting the fire to it.
Lighting the fire. So the second one would be The American Way.
American Way was us coming together, most of us coming from the hometown or near the hometown, and coming together after years of not seeing each other in person, just showing them that, hey, we still got it, you know, we still here. And it was an incredible moment. I got to host the show, so I actually got to introduce all these wonderful independent artists. It was amazing.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about the Brooklyn trip. What was that like?
Oh my God. I mean, where do I begin? Number one, cross-country trip. Number one, driving, you know, picking up Classic along the way, you know, then us getting there to New York, and then you have horrible parking in New York, as you know. You know, Classic, I have to say this story. You know, we pulling up to the hotel, and we didn't see a parking space till like what? Then finally, I think somebody had pulled out. We seen one, but there's this broke down refrigerator that was halfway blocking it. Classic kind of pulls up and he said, yo, I'm just gonna move this thing out the way. So he gets out, moves this big old broken fridge out the way, and then we parked, and we stayed parked the whole weekend. After that, we used nothing but City the Great's car to get around to the event. And poor City the Great, the night before this event, the night before this event, I think City was stopping to get something. So, you know, we're going to have the event the day before, but then me and Classic are chilling, you know, because we're having a moment outside in front of the hotel. Queens, New York, we see City's car pass by. We're like, oh, shoot, that's City. He's going to park. A couple of minutes later, we see it again. A couple of minutes later, we see it again. It took the brother an hour to find a parking spot.
An hour.
Yes, real talk in Queens, man.
Right.
I'm like, damn, it's been like 30 minutes, and I still see City driving past?
Yeah.
Like,
he
man.
was so hot.
For an hour.
He comes out, you know, then we all kind of get settled in. And then the next day, big day. I mean, incredible. Us coming together with legends, seeing these brothers perform, you know, it was amazing. I mean, you know, Kool Rock Ski, you know, just passing the torch to the brothers, you know, Grandmaster D, you know, spinning, having my daughters come and break bread, Ralph Carter from Good Times being there. It was just an amazing day. And, so many people are scared of like East New York to have this stigma.
Right.
It was no drama whatsoever.
No drama.
Police came there for 5 minutes just to look around. They see nothing was wrong. They left. It was just all love that day. That energy was just incredible. Nothing but positive energy. It was an amazing moment. And fortunately, we have all that documented.
Yeah, that's a good thing right there. So, all right. So today, right, November 13th, what does that mean to you, Samantha Leavell?
This is the anniversary of what set it off, Graffiti Rap. That, like I said again, we had no idea what was going to happen with this. Graffiti Rap stirred us organically promoting the album. We didn't pay for promotion. We organically did this through the stories, social media, word of mouth, eventually Clubhouse, that going up. Us joining Certified Nation Entertainment, us getting podcasts going, shows going, more of a following, and then meeting people like yourself. Us all coming together in this incredible independent movement. It's amazing having legends support us. That's an amazing thing. A year ago, if you would have said, "Oh, Sam, you about to have Cocaine's number locked into your phone. Y'all gonna have a conversation. You're gonna get them into Clubhouse," I would have laughed at you.
Or Dana White funding an event.
Yeah.
Dana White, sponsoring an event for you. Like, these are, man, I don't think about this type of stuff, man. Like, didn't know that this stuff was going to be taking place. I'd be lying to you guys if I was sitting up here thinking that, man. It's the most humbling feeling. I'm sitting up here and to be able to, share some of this stuff with my grandmother before she passed was great. To be able to let her know, hey, I'm getting something out of this. Like, this thing is starting to really take its place. And, it's been very humbling in a sense, man. And this is all our kids know, like our kids are seeing this, they're watching this. It's gonna make them be brave, and they say it's a brave new world, and we need. And I'm glad that they get a chance to witness all of this stuff as well too, because this stuff doesn't just happen like this. You and I both know, brother. It don't happen like this. It don't happen like this, man. This is like it's like a win in the lottery. Like it does not happen in hip hop. Like, as an independent artist, to just all of a sudden put out a project one year and then all this follows, it just doesn't happen.
So we got Cruise Sound. Are you going to tour the album?
All that's going to be in the work. It will, yes and no. And no. New York, we got an announcement that we're going to do for you all revolving around City the Great's release, and we'll more details to that on that, but it's going to be in New York first week of January, I think on the weekend 8th or something like that. There'll be something where, if he wants to slide out to or whatever, he definitely get an invite. Big industry list as far as, some of the legends and some of the people who will be involved in that too. So that's worth the shot. If not, it's definitely going to be documented and things of that nature. So you got that, but because of the things that, I cannot discuss at this moment.
Right.
This album is it's too good not to perform for people. But if there's another situation in the works that can help blow this whole thing up to the point where now Graffiti Rap, Mellow Aphrodite, Casso theme are tours, you know what I'm saying, with Certified and all this. So it's much bigger, and I know people listen. I know it's hard to see us on a bigger level than what we already have gotten to, but we're going for bigger. So we need to solidify that with these business relationships and make it all work and make it all make sense, and I know he understands that. He just doesn't know the magnitude to where we're at. But we're to the point now where everything has to make sense. Everything has to be well thought out, and it has to work for all parties involved. And when we get to that point, yeah, of course, because we'd be foolish not to want to take Casso theme around, but we also are in a situation politically in our world right now where things are a little dicey and it's kind of slowing down the progress, but we're still going to definitely move forward in that regard. And who knows, that's his answer. His question is something that needs to be on here. So when we're moving around and, you know, people want to book, got a man right there wanting a tour. So that's even more of a reason right there to hit up the emails and send in the stuff so we can come to your town or your city. You know, you got fans wanting the album to be performed, and I'm definitely willing to do it. So club owners know Certified Nation Entertainment, hit us up. This is what we here for.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. So if people want to get with you, what would be the best way if promoters wanted to book you or artists want to collab with you? What's the best way for them to get with you?
Go to the Certified site, and you know, you could definitely, for me, you know, things are moving a little faster. So, you know, even though I'm definitely a part of the Certified team, you know, it's definitely where I'm just deflecting everything off to Samantha or, you know, just a more direct link to get in contact with me because there's lots of inquiries and lots of things that come my way due to the fact that I've already been an independent artist for so long, you know, so it's no knock or nothing on anybody else. It's just I've already been very, very moving in the consistent pace to the point where, you know, I'm my own entity also, you know, at that point. So, you know, those things will be directed directly to Samantha Leavell, and we'll make a decision collectively as a team on those matters.
Okay, so Samantha, while they're watching, right, I'm trying to put it in the comments later because I have it, but I don't know off the top of my head. What's the best way for them to get with you? I think it's Samantha Leavell on Instagram.
Yep, on Instagram, or they can, and if they go to my Instagram, there's also an email link. If they click email on that Instagram link, it'll go right to, because we got a long company name, so that's why I just put that in there. Just click the email. Even here on Facebook, I have the email in the Facebook bio, so they can, you know, just email if you're trying to book, and, you know, any kind of business kind of thing. I'm kind of the publicist of the company, so these artists, I want them to be able to focus on their artistry, not having to deal with so many messages. So it'll go through me. So, but the IG, it's Samantha _Leav.
_Leav. Okay, no problem right there. So let me ask you, right? We're talking about the anniversary, right? So Samantha Leavell, what do you think about playoff mics, and what was your reaction to the video?
Oh my God, playoff mics, man, genius to me. I mean, I need Michael Jordan to sit down and watch that video.
Oh, yeah.
Any sports people to watch that video. I mean, that video is worthy of being in the NBA 2K games. It's on that level. You know, it's definitely a homage to sports. You know, Michael Jordan. Yeah, that's dope.
That says it all.
For sure. It's genius.
That says it all. Yo, let's intro that right quick. Let's throw to that, and then we'll be right back to talk a little bit more. All right, I'm going to have one of y'all introduce that one.
Go ahead, Classic. I'll give you the honors. That's your
all
job.
right, here we go. Graffiti Rap 1 year anniversary, baby. And we're going to bring to you one of the most sought after tracks on that particular album. And that's one that's a childhood favorite of mine, Michael Jordan, the story of it. And we're going to give y'all playoff mics, The Journey.
There you go.
Championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Timeout, Utah. 5.2 seconds left.
All right, let's do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Michael Jordan.
I'm a bad boy. I had to come to my senses, growing up rooting against him, but he went off ridiculous. Night after night it was 50, maybe 40, then the 60. I guarantee nothing less than 30, that's the greatest I've ever seen. Blow you to smithereens. Jordan was the standard of gold, you couldn't play around. He did that at Detroit Piston, them had to lay him down. So I gotta wear my playoff mics. I go assassin on your ass, I can't rock no white. I got love for retro threes, love the balls with the flights. The 5s and the 6s, 7s and the 8s and the 9s, 10s and 11s, 12 through 14 and I'm fine. Hunger and skill is dominant when it can combine. A force of freaking nature, a horse on endless acres, 40 piece on the Pacers, 52 on the Lakers, rare and air defying, jumping I sway flying. All we did was sharpen his steel, focus his will, never look back at it still. King on the hill, 6-ring prominent feel, a lifetime deal. Obsession over sneakers is real. The GOAT. Playoff mics, my playoff mics. All black socks in my playoff mics. Roll the dice, hit a strike in my playoff mics. That's the greatest in the flesh, got my shoe game flight. Playoff mics, my playoff mics. All black socks in my playoff mics. Roll the dice, hit a strike in my playoff mics. That's the greatest in the flesh, got my shoe game flight.
Yeah, my first pair were the infrared 6s. I was a shorty. I had the leather joints. I don't think y'all know about that. Everybody know the suede, but back then the kids joints were the leather ones, and I had the leather joints. I got pictures to prove it. Shout out moms.
Michael Jordan running on fumes with 45 points. At the end of the game, you gotta get it out of his hands. Jordan
Back.
frees himself.
I'm gonna roll with my.
It's a legend right there. Definitely right there. So we
got to bring some speed. Let's get some of these playoff mics.
Iconic, just the
we couldn't just do it without, we got to bring a couple of these playoff mics in here, man.
Everybody he played in the series,
Get the real nostalgic.
Went off on that.
Get some of these playoff mics, man. Let's get some of these on here so you can see that this is what we do.
That's what drew us to liking the shoes.
All playoffs. So pretty much everything Mike wore in the playoffs. That's as kids, that's the shoes that we wanted. If the white ones were dope, like the Carmine 6 or something like that, we had to have it. But just it signified more than just the color. It was more like when the playoffs comes, he turns into this different player that's going to do anything it takes. Even if the odds are against him, he's going to rise to the occasion, and he's going to do it in such a dominating fashion that, he's just can't be denied. So that's what those shoes represent to us as kids growing up in that era, want to excel and become the whatever that we do on that particular level. So that's why those shoes are almost like, capes and, costumes for kids, dressing up like their favorite superheroes. Those shoes were like us having that cloak or that shield or, whatever your favorite superhero uses to fight and battle. Those shoes were that for us.
Yeah. And that's the thing right there. Michael Jordan, definitely a legend. In that time frame, everybody wanted to be like Mike. So to capture that moment, right? And you have a crazy shoe collection. So it's like in the video, you start telling them, but it's like, yo, you're not capping. It's like, yo, you just pulled them out. I really have the shoes for real.
Oh, yeah.
You got a main shoe game over there. So it's like, yo, all right, when we talk about Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and the influence that he had on both of those two are influential. That's why I'm thinking Michael Jackson, because entertainment.
That could have been relevant too. I was listening to hear that's what you were saying. I was going to answer that, but
So the influence, like as kids growing up to both of them, right? Some might be sports, some might be entertainment, but it's like everybody at one point wanted to be like them. So it's like to capture that moment, right? In a record, the nostalgic, listening back, and it's like, yo, you watching the video now, you capturing the highlight moments. How nostalgic was that for you? Flash back into, I remember when I was a kid watching this stuff. Now you making a record about it. Like Samantha saying, like, yo, he needs to see this. Yeah. How does that feel as an artist, like painting that picture and giving tribute at the same time?
It was, I remember, I'll never forget when I was making that track. I remember like the timing record. That whole Graffiti Rap process was unbelievable. I remember each song, how they were made, what I was doing down here, what time of day it was, everything. And the one for Playoff Mics was done right before the episode of The Last Dance when they were going to reveal the Detroit. Wow. So, we already know the story, but leading up to that, my mind was already wandering. I already was sitting on the beat for a few days. And I just kind of knew what I was going to say. And I was going to, being from Michigan and growing up with family being Detroit Pistons fans and everything. They love the Bad Boys. That was always what we heard. It was that and Magic Johnson, and, that was what you heard because he was being a Michigan State Spartan and going to the Lakers. And then you had the Pistons and the Bad Boys. So that's why I kind of had to pay homage to that. By, saying, I was a Pistons fan. I had to come to my senses because, watching this, even that I'm watching all the adults in the room. That's why I tend to like to pay attention to some of these kids though, because some kids just say things or they see things differently than adults. We might be stubborn rooting for our team. I'm watching everybody going for the Pistons. And I'm thinking like, but who is that? Like that guy right there. I'm like, I like him. Like I like that guy right there. And it just so happened to be Michael Jordan. He wasn't even the champion yet. But just watching him, I was like, yo, that's who I like. I like that guy right there. And just see that take off. That's definitely what motivated me that day to write that particular track. And, you know, to see that episode come off, I was thinking like, yo, somebody out there, please, you know, get this man to listen to this record. Like, I mean, it's no cuss words in the record. Totally marketable. Could definitely be on a video game. I'm like, somebody out there, please, you know, because I'm like, goodness, man, this is a no hit, no miss type of deal.
And that's a fact right there. And that's the thing. It's like thinking outside the box. Like you said, you can go on Foot Lockers and hear that playing.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the mic. So it's like, yo, that could be a campaign. You never know. That might be a big check down the road. Last Dance. He just put out the Last Dance documentary. You can hear that playing on that soundtrack. So it's like, yo, you never know the possibilities of records and stuff like that. Plus it's hip hop.
That's right.
It captures the moment. You're giving them a tribute, but you kept it hip hop. It's not like you crossed over or you went into another genre. You kept it yourself, but you paid them homage from your point of view.
That's right.
Like this is what my experience was like. So it's like knowing that now you have fans, you have a following, right? And you're impacting others like that as well. So it's like in that not giving up. Michael was like, yo, when it's time to perform, you can flip it into you. When it's time to perform, when it's time to get in the booth, it's people that's watching you, you're making an impact on. How does that feel?
Wonderful, man. I just, you know, it's been something that I just always done to the point where it just was an escape. And at some point I didn't realize, you know, people were watching and inspired and loving the artwork that come out of it, when really it was, for me, for a long time, was definitely an escape from life or, you know, school or whatever it was at the particular time. It was used as an escape and something to get my mind off of whatever it was that, you know, I was faced with, or just show some creativity. And so once I started seeing that, you know, people were looking at it like that, it's definitely been humbling. I'm grateful for the support and for everybody out there that's loves the music. You know, that energy that you guys give only inspires me. You know, the energy is given, but it should be received. So as much as I give out, it's good to finally start getting it back, because it fuels me up again. So I'm sitting up there pouring everything out with nothing left all these years. Now getting some of that energy back is only, you know, spurring up new ideas and new energy to go different ways with.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there, because it's not always easy. It's not always glamorous. It's like sometimes it's hard times and stuff like that. So it's like one thing that I noticed about all of y'all, right? You give back to the community. The youth are important. You had the basketball game, even with the American Way.
Yeah.
You did the basketball game. When y'all did the thing in Brooklyn, it was a community event. Y'all brought the community out. How important is that to your brand and for what you stand, your mission? Like being in touch with the people, being in tune, like being touchable, relatable, and it's like I'm accessible to y'all. Like I'm just like one of y'all. How important is that to you?
It's beyond important, because I just want to make them see like you all have gifts and things that you were blessed with, but that doesn't put you above the next person. You know, that you should always reel it in. You know, be able to reel it in. The ego in my existence now is crushed. You know, to better myself as a man, I've slowly tried to dismember my ego to the point where it might have flashes here and there, because you kind of need it to be an artist, but at the same time, I try to put myself on tracks and space myself out where it's not really needed. But, you know, I just want to make everybody feel good and feel like, you know, you can be a part of something very special. They're more invested because they see the level that we're coming from and where we're trying to go. So they seem like it's their duty, or they're more invested into everything, opposed to just looking at it like, oh, these guys are doing music. They're like, you know, these my brother or my sister, these guys and girls are people that we consider family. not just artists or just, you know, people. They actually consider us family and want to support wholeheartedly. Like these people will go into their, you know, when something comes out or clothes need to be bought.
Right.
These people spend good money on this stuff, man.
Right.
You know, like, you know, to enough where I can sit here comfortably and say I don't work my job, you know, because when that Casso themes comes out, I can guarantee you those clothes are gone. You know, whatever clothing I decide to put out is gone, and these people are going to support it. And this is what has it. That's why I'll dump it back into the music and the quality of it, and the things that we're putting out, put it back into the music for them and their listening experience. So it's a give-take relationship, man. I need them just as much as they need me.
Right. And that's the thing right there. And it's like, yo, you got that cult following where it's like people support us, they're genuine supporters, not even just fans. It's like, yo, family. Like I'm gonna support you. It's like it's cool to hit a like button. It's cool to hit a comment, leave a comment. But like you said, when they're spending good money, like, yo, I support what you're doing. I like that. I believe in what your brand. That's the greatest feeling ever, because when we create, it's like we want it to be accepted. We want people to, you know, to find value in it. So to have people that comes where it's like, you know, boom, as soon as I drop it, I got my support and it's only growing. That's one of the beautifulest things right there. And that takes a lot of work. That's the marketing. That's the networking. That's going in the rooms. That's putting in a lot of work.
Sorry.
Yeah, she got a mic on mute. I was watching to see when she cut it back on. So that leads me to you. Let's talk about the work that goes in there behind that to get all that stuff in place. Let's talk about the work that it takes.
Oh, it's a lot of work. You know, I wake up doing the work. I wake up to phone calls from the team, messages, social media. It's just finding a balance. I just honestly had to learn how to multitask. I multitask with everything that I do. If something crazy happens, we always find a way to do it. Just for example, the internet was acting up on the Mac. I switched. I'm here using my phone, as me and Classic call. We have the saying, use your phone.
R.I.P. Sean, man. Definitely rest in peace to Sean, man.
R.I.P. Sean. R.I.P. Sean.
R.I.P. Sean to that.
Yes. So we're just doing that. I guess I just have a really creative mind. My mind is always going, thinking of new ideas. I might literally be typing up working on the EPK, but then doing something else on my phone.
Right.
I mean, it's just, you got to be able to really multitask to grind, because I literally do 10 like different things. I'm not just doing just one thing, as Classic can tell you.
Right.
She's never doing just one thing. And, you know, I can always tell when she's doing multiple things because her answer will get delayed.
Right.
You know, you ask her she'll be like, yeah. Oh yeah, and then she'll get right back into it. So I said, "Yup, she's doing 2 or 3 different things." Or now she'll just be like, she'll cut the question off and just be like, "Yeah, you know, this, I got something right here. This, and we'll get back to the question." Right. You know, but she's always excited. Her energy's always high. You know, even in the times where it's low, it's very rare. You know, if it's some type of negative vibe that somebody sent or whatever, it's too much going on. You know, for her to really give it any space. We'll address it. We move on, because next thing you know, 2 minutes later, there's something else going on. Like this thing is changing lives. Like, I mean, it's just moving so fast that sometimes it's just like you worry about her, knowing that, you know, she's constantly putting in the work. But you know, once the job situations took its course, and now there's even more time to do things. Now, you know, I don't really worry about it because she's doing what she's doing. You know, what she does is what she's doing for a living. You know, so definitely support her, artist. When you hit her up, you know, hit her up to business. This is how this woman is going to be taking care of herself moving forward. You know, so it's not a game with any of us. Like, this is what we do now. So, you know, definitely support it in that regard and have the respect for, you know, for what she does.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like people don't know the timeless hours and the countless hours that you put in work. I'm sure the team do. So like he said, people that's looking, they may need services. They may need help. They have to understand it's like, yo, this is a full-time job. It's writing these reviews, taking your time out your day, setting up interviews and stuff like that. So it's like, you're definitely grinding. And it's like he said, it's like you're always doing multiple things. You wear 10 hats. How do you balance everything together?
How do I balance? That's a great question. You know, luckily, you know, being a mother, I'm so happy that I have one of them being 18 because she's such a great help for, you know, with my 9-year-old. And, you know, my 9-year-old, she's 9. So there's a, you know, they are taught to be self-sufficient as well. So fortunately, I don't have any really, really little ones, but yeah, you know, just balancing out the time. Like I keep saying, multitask. In this industry, if you're doing all this stuff, you have no choice. You got to. I've just learned to be quick at what I'm doing. I'll think of an idea of a post content and I'm just going. Usually I might pick a certain time to do certain things, I guess. So get that done. Okay, moving on to the next thing. There's barely any time where I can really say I'm sitting idle, because even if I'm sitting idle in Clubhouse, oh no, that's work. That's pushing, you know, the artist's music and things like that. It's not just playtime. So really there's always a method to the madness, and whatever's happening, it's working. So
yeah,
know,
I've grown to just, when she says something, especially earlier on, I realized that too. She'll come up with an idea or she'll say something, and I'm like, you know, I might have had a question about it at first, and then I saw the reaction, or, you know, saw the plan follow through, and I'm like, you know what? She's on to something. So now, developing from that year till now, when she says something, I don't even think nothing of it. I just say, okay, that's it. That's what it is. All right. Because I know how she compartmentalizes what she's doing to the way where it's her own formula. So if she initially says something to somebody about something, they have to understand, like, it's been broken down already into so whichever rebuttal or whichever, you know what, she's gonna be like, well, I already thought about that, so that's why I thought about doing it like this and then that. So her and I both have had that conversation, even with fellow team members or just other people that we involve. I'm like, I joke with her and I said, God, you know, sometimes it's like we just got to sit back and let people, you know, have an idea or feel good, because we've been literally every day for 365 bouncing ideas off of each other, changing. This isn't working. Do this. Let's do this. We got to do this. So our minds are moving so much faster. So it's almost like, not trying to say we know it all, but we can give us an example of something. We'll go to the numbers. We can pull something up. We can look at the analytics of the Instagram. We can prove it, the stuff that we're trying to say, by showing people. So it's really hard to sway her if you are not coming with some tangible proof,
or substance.
So she's already thought it out. She's already had something in front. She's not gonna. Artists can feel really comfortable. She's not going to do anything unless she believes in it, sees a pattern, or already going off of something based off of the Graffiti Rap or the other artists that we do, and we learn from these situations and we implement them into other strategies for other art and other artists as well. So she knows her shit.
Yeah, she definitely knows. She definitely knows her stuff. And salute to Samantha. She does a lot. She's the woman that's behind the scenes, but she's always on the scene. You know what I'm saying? It's like, she's definitely doing her thing. She's definitely doing her thing.
You say that. It's funny you say that, Sion, because Kool Rock Ski today, he called me. He said, I said I was going to be on here. He said, Sam, why you always got to Suge Knight everybody? He's like, all in the videos, all over. So it's like, I'm in the background, but I'm not. It's gotten to the point where I guess you're just going to just get used to seeing my face. It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I will say, I reached out to you about coming up here. So it wasn't like you bogarted the stage. I invited you. So, that's the thing. But it's like, how long ago did y'all initially meet? Like, you don't have to say the exact time. We don't want to put your ages out there, nothing like that. But like, around how many years do you think y'all have known each other?
That we known each other?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Since high school. I mean, I just turned 40. So that's a good, over 20 years.
96?
So,
maybe 4, because I've known Hash longer than that, because that Hash was at, I think I told this story. Hash used to come over to my neighbor's house, and that was in 93, 94, 93. Because the Bulls were 2-time defending NBA champions. They were going on the 3rd one when Hash was around. So That was during, and I was at Westwood Elementary then, and then I did a little bit in Junction City Middle School, and then I had left. I didn't see her. She was around the way, but I didn't go to school with her again until Junction City. And that was about, I didn't get there until like junior year. So you're looking at like 99, 90, 98, 99. So it's been a while. It's been a while, you know, and like I said, Sam was always, you know, in the hallways and, you know, looking like Aaliyah's twin. And, you know, we were in creative writing class, which is ironic. I forget the teacher. We were in a creative. I don't know if she was in the same period, but I know she had the same. She was in that class because she was one of the ones that were, you know, were always in creative writing. So I know we had creative writing class together in that at that particular school at that time. So that was our common ground right there, was that we had the same creative writing class teacher.
Yeah. So back then, if somebody would have told y'all y'all gonna be on a record label,
would not believe
putting out music, doing big things, doing shows in hip hop parks with legends and stuff like that, hitting 200,000 streams back then. If somebody would have told y'all, yo, y'all need to connect because this is gonna happen, would y'all have believed it back then?
Heck no, I would have laughed, because with my passion, I've always had a passion of music. Like, this is stuff that dreams are made of. You know, back then, watching the BET and everything, seeing these, you know, I had no idea. Even though back then, funny thing is, we were in that journalism and creative writing. I was already writing reviews about artists' albums. So I was already doing that, but then I had no idea that we were going to be doing none of this. I probably would have laughed.
Yeah, and I know I wasn't, because I was totally in the sports. You know, I was in the basketball. I mean, I had a love for music and I was writing here and there, but that was just spare time.
Right.
You know, leisure and spare time, nothing to do, rainy day, snowy day. I'm already listening to the music because, you know, we were Sound Aquarium veterans and whatever the other stores were in the mall at the time. You know, every mall had them. We were always checking those Sam Goodies and stuff like that. We were always in those places anyway. So that's what we were always doing, not even knowing that later on that would be something that would definitely elevate and change our lives completely.
Literally.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yep.
And that's the thing. So 20 years later, right? Looking back now, right? What are you thinking, Samantha? Casso theme is out right now. Graffiti Rap doing numbers. Mellow Aphrodite out. Y'all on Certified Nation. All this like, yo, y'all childhood friends. See how far y'all have come. From the first, like, sitting in the class or the first time y'all met in the hallway. What's going through your mind today? Looking back at everything.
Just amazing. I mean, it's a journey. One word to describe it, a journey. It really is something, you know, that can be put into a film, to be honest, because this stuff, like was said earlier, does not happen that quick in the span of a year. Like, it's almost, we made the impossible, and that's just with a lot of no sleep, just grinding, and then just believing in what we were doing, and we are seeing the results. You know, that's so, you know, we don't go and boasting about it. We do a lot of just showing it. And, you know, we've had people that have questioned it and, you know, ignored it, you know, in the beginning, and then now all of a sudden jumping on the bandwagon, like, see, told you so. You know, this is what it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. And like you said, you remember her from the hallways. She was the twin, Aaliyah twin. Aaliyah's a big legend, right? So now, right?
Aaliyah's twin.
Yeah. So now, 20 years later, PenGame, to see her evolve, right? To see her the businesswoman, to see her as a writer, to see her wearing these different hats. Would you have imagined back then, like, yo, this woman right here is gonna be something one day. She's gonna be doing great things. Back then, would you have ever imagined? I'm pretty sure you knew she would have been doing good things, but would you think she would be doing the stuff she's doing now?
Nah, probably the writing, you know, definitely the writing, but like the show, the podcast, things that I would have no idea like that, especially how well she does it. And I remember when she did it, she's like, you know, they want me to do the podcast and I've never done any podcasting before. And I'm like, you'll be fine. I'm like, I already know. You got this. I said you'll be fine, because I know when your writing style, because all you're writing is words that you're thinking and you're putting on paper. So I'm like, the way that you write, you make the artist project seem like it comes to life. So I said, I'm speaking to her from an artist perspective,
Right.
Almost prepping her on her show, on how she's going to develop her style as an interviewee. Right. And I'm like, you come at it like that with the reviews and things of that nature. I said, artists are going to respect you a hell of a lot more because you're not throwing out the where you're from. How was it like growing up in your neighborhood with the horns or the slow melody in the back, boring ass interview sessions. Like you're breaking down their albums. You're letting them know, like, this meant this to me because of this and that, letting them know I'm a real person too. Now it becomes more of a conversation instead of just an interview. So I knew she was going to do well, but none of the other things that she brought to the table, that had to happen throughout her life. That's something that, it wasn't in just one particular time. She used everything that she has gained throughout her life and implemented it in one moment and blew up with it. That's unthinkable, unheard of, doesn't happen every day, let alone with somebody that you've known for a very, very long time at that. So remarkable, man. Just remarkable. Definitely just loving to share the same space with this woman in time. And to, I think you understand this too, to say, every good man is, has a woman right by his side, and that, and to be able to have my wife, my daughter, Samantha, her daughter, I'm surrounded by a lot of good women, and my mother, my sister, and, they all have that thing in them where, they're going to go make it happen whenever it is. And she has that in her. So she's caring about what she's passionate about. She's going to do what she can. She's going to overdo what she can. And if she's upset and stubborn and mad about something that's not right, watch out. So all these shady, that's why she says these shady deals and this industry, like it was a perfect play on because the reputation, because I know not everybody is like this, but the reputation of, bad deals industry and how some of these people work underneath that umbrella that give it a bad name, fueled her fire, fueled mine as an artist. And we were able to use that common ground to kind of, even through the hard times, no, we got to keep pushing because we cannot just sit back and just allow this to take place. That passion, that fire in her, I definitely, that was new. But I definitely welcomed it. And sis has been there throughout this whole journey every day of the week. So this has been remarkable to be a part of this, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a beautiful thing, For the people that may not know, let's let them know about the podcast and when can they watch it. I know it's on Thursdays, but I'll let you break down the podcast and what's the premise of the podcast.
All right. Cool. Well, I have a Let's Get Activated podcast. It's live every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We stream live on several Facebook pages, including my page, Certified Nation Entertainment's page, the Let's Get Activated page, also the guest page if they share it, and whoever shares it streams on YouTube, streams on Twitch live, and then also the Certified Nation Entertainment website. And the primary premise is just bringing on independent artists for them to tell their story, get their much deserved shine, and it really helps people tap more into them. Like Classic said, it really becomes a conversation. We're playing their music videos, and we're just vibing, and it's interactive like yours. People are commenting, and people really like it. Like every guest has felt very comfortable. Some went from being extremely nervous to like, wow, it's just a comfortable vibe. So this is what we're doing. We are 45 episodes in, so we'll have episode 46 coming on this Thursday, and we're going to continue. I'm now booked 2 months out for it. So
congratulations. That's dope right there. And that's the thing, right? It's like, everybody had these ideas to see everybody's dreams coming into fruition, everybody evolving and stuff like that. And it's like, to think, like it all started with thoughts and motivating, getting around the right people. To see how much it's grown, I'm excited for both of you, right? So it's like, okay, going into 2022, what can people expect from you, Samantha? And I know PenGame, we got the album dropping, we got the video dropping. What can people expect for the rest of this year? Going into 2022, and I ask both of y'all, and y'all can do it however y'all want.
No, she can go first because
let
her go.
All right, to expect, so going into 2022, expect more of Certified Nation Entertainment music from even more artists that we have. Expect the company to just expand because we're just kind of gathering several branches of different things. My management is growing. You know, I'm now not only just managing City to Great, I'm managing J Law. Might as well technically managing PenGame in a way. I mean, Kool Rock Ski, I'm his publicist, but technically I'm managing that too. So just continuing growing. The podcast is growing. I'm definitely looking forward for us doing more live events as well. I mean, we're going to keep on pushing it. We're going to keep this independent movement growing, having more artists come together. And, you know, like we've said before, we want to take away the negative side of the industry, the shady deals, bring everybody together and make this more of a definite independent movement. Like, I do believe that the independent artists are going to definitely take over this industry, especially if we're all coming together and supporting each other. So that's the goal. That really is.
I definitely agree with that. What about you, PenGame?
I can say, you know, features with some monumental artists coming up for me this year. So you will hear me with some artists that, you know, really, really stand out and probably been some of your favorite artists for quite some time. Look forward to that. Look forward to the symmetry, like as far as like the movie like cinema theme type of videos, just everything going up another caliber. You know what I'm saying? Everything going up. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. You know, I definitely appreciate Cruz. That's a good brother.
Yeah, good brother.
Oh yeah, man. Definitely. So just a total elevation of everything that we're doing. Not necessarily that I got to change too much as an artist and doing, you know, the music and the delivery and the flow, but more like just on the level of invested interest, you know, seeing these things, looking at him and saying, okay, something's going on with him now. Like you're going to be able to tell the difference. You know, you're going to be able to tell, oh, they're not just doing it the way it was a year ago anymore. Something happened. Something ain't the same no more. Like something is different. That is what you guys are going to see in 2022.
Yeah, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. Samantha, we got the project dropping next Saturday. What can the people expect with Casso's theme?
Oh, you're gonna expect to. Ooh, he's shaking his head already. You're gonna expect to reminisce. You know, that's definitely like the. You know, that's his Illmatic right there. I mean, seriously. So that's just gonna be a phenomenal album from start to finish. And you're really going to see what a true family is about, considering all the features that we got going on. So it's exciting. I'm excited. I can't wait till they're promoting it and doing live shows based on those songs from that album. Because man, just look out, man. It's just another masterpiece. You know, another hip hop masterpiece for the archives.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. So any last words or anything that we might have missed that we may need the people to know about?
Nah, not at all, man. I think we've laid it out here perfectly. If anything, there's, you know, definitely you know, everybody that was a part of everything, you know, Miraculous, Sky Zoo, Monte, who was a part of Graffiti Rap. Thank you guys for, you know, giving me dope verses and just that Justin Banks, the producer. I just want to give all those guys, you know, their flowers and their just due, because, you know, without any of them, that situation probably doesn't look the same way or sound the same way, or, you know, just comes out like wouldn't change anything about it. I would want all of it to stay the same. So those guys definitely got to get love, and just to be able to share that with those guys, I definitely want to big them up right now and give them their flowers for that whole situation.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. What about you, Samantha? You got any last words, any announcements, anything that we might have missed that people might need to know about you?
You know, I would say just keep on watching, stay tuned. You know, definitely, you know, shout outs to so many people that we've networked with. I'd be here an hour if I would name everybody, but, you know, We recently did connect with the Birdhouse DJs. I definitely do want to give them a shout out because they have been just supporting Certified and just playing all the
chill on the
music.
grill.
So that's a very good group there. Professional DJs, it's a vibe. So shout out to them.
Shout out Dante.
Dante Hawkins, Radio
Dante
Clubhouse.
Hawkins.
He's dope too. Radio Clubhouse is actually about to go on FM radio, so that's exciting.
Strong Jewel, Iron Throne Radio.
Iron Throne Radio.
I'll be on there. I'll be on there tomorrow.
Salute to Iron Throne.
At 9 p.m. I'll be on there doing the same thing we do here. The grind never stops, people.
Never stop. Yeah, and that's a fact right there, yo. Be sure to check out Came Up on all platforms right now, right? It's available now. Yo, Casso theme next Saturday. Yo, be sure to cop that. Go to Amazon, go to Apple, don't go to YouTube. Go to Apple, go to Spotify. Buy the album.
Thank you.
Yep.
Buy the album. Buy the merch. Yo, let them know the website right quick where they can buy the merch.
PenGameClassic.com. I'm in adjustment thing with my store right now, but for now, just keep it simple by staying with the same thing. I don't want to change up in the middle of a freaking release. That's going to throw everything off. So PenGameClassic.com, my store is on there, just like everybody did with the Graffiti Rap and the Mellow Aphrodite. It'll be all on there for people to purchase, so that's where they can find that at.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. Yeah, I know everybody got work to do. So it's like, at this point right here, I want to give both of y'all flowers. Samantha, salute to you for everything that you do. Like I said, behind the scenes, but always on the scenes, and connecting me to this good brother. So it's like, salute the Clubhouse because that's where it all went down. So salute to you. Yeah, so definitely salute to Samantha for everything she do. Salute to the whole Certified Nation. PenGame, I'm proud of you. Like you said, 3 projects in 1 year. That's work. That's a work ethic, and that's consistency. The thing about it is you're putting out good music, and it's like you're evolving, and you're only getting better and better and better. So I know the sky is the limit. So salute to you. You always been a solid brother with me, and I'm proud to see your evolution. I'm proud to see everything coming together for you from the tour. Like you said, just stepping out on faith. Like, I'm about to make it happen. I'm not only just pray for it, but I'm gonna put the work in, and you definitely put the work in. So to see that everything is manifesting and everything is coming, and see your growth, that's a beautiful thing from the outside looking in. It's like, I'm rooting you on, and I'm definitely happy for your success. Happy for the opportunities that's coming your way, and you deserve it. It's like, sometimes it's like people, they want it, but they don't put the work in. Y'all not that. Y'all definitely working. It's like, 9 times out of 10, if I'm up 3, 4 in the morning working, y'all up working. And it's like, so that's the thing. It's like, y'all inspire me and y'all motivate me as well. And it's like, I just want to let you know, bro, don't stop, keep going. And it's only going to get higher from here. You got the right people around you. Again, salute to the whole Certified Nation. Salute to the legend, Kool Rock Ski. Like, that's another good brother. So it's like to see everybody working together. Like she said, the independent movement, to see everybody growing and evolving. And it's like getting better and pushing the envelope up. It only brings everybody else up. So it's like, keep doing that, and salute to you, I'm excited about the project, I know it's gonna be fire from what I heard already. I'm looking forward to it.
I just cannot wait for all of you guys to be, when you sit back and you hit play on whatever device, just holler at me when you're done. I want engagement. I want people to be like, this was, whatever, I don't care what they say. I just, after they get done playing it, go write about it. A lot of people I know, they'll be like, hit me up like it was dope. I'm like, you didn't tell anybody. You're messaging me that. Go tell the people. That's going to help me out. That's going to help me out like you bought some merch. Go tell the people, because you're going to 2 people, 3 people see it. Now they go check it out. Like, that helps even more by engaging and letting it be known. So I challenge everybody out there to pick one track that you like. I dare them to pick one. Gotta be one. If you can't pick one, it can't be, this is 1A, 1B. Nah, see if you can pick one. That's my challenge to anyone listening to that album. See which one is your favorite.
Yeah, that's real right there. And I can't forget Hash. Big salute to Hash. Got bars. Y'all heard the challenge. When you listen to the project, try to find one joint. Not only listen to find one. If you can pick one that you like, if you can pick one that's your favorite, let them know. But most importantly, when you listen to the project, let somebody else know.
That's
like,
right.
Yo, I listen to it. This joint is rocking. Whatever your opinion is, share that, comment, because that's how we grow. If you're an independent artist, you looking to collab, check out his catalog. They got a big, nice catalog, a collection, body of work. Check them out. There's nothing wrong with other artists listening to other artists. There's nothing wrong with supporting or sharing somebody else's stuff. So again, if y'all out there, y'all trying to tap in with them, the album drops next Sunday. Casso's theme. Salute the Iron Throne. Saturday,
right? The 20th?
Saturday,
Yep, Saturday.
November 20th.
That's Saturday?
November 20th.
Saturday.
Okay. That's next Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
This Saturday coming up. I'm thinking Sunday tomorrow. That's Iron Throne.
Right.
Iron Throne Radio. Salute the strong Jews. You'll tell them where they can find that at right quick. So if anybody want to catch that one, Samantha, you could tell them about Iron Throne. What time is it? 9 tomorrow? 9 p.m.
Yep, 9 p.m. Eastern. Iron Throne. She streams like you and I do, also on YouTube and Facebook. She also even has hers in Clubhouse as well, like so people can listen in. So definitely any of those platforms. She's on Twitch too. So, just tune in and tap in, and gotta give you your flowers too, Sion. Doing your thing as a artist.
Show was wonderful. Love coming on here.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Your show. Just everything that you've been doing as well. You're like the male version of me. So
that's the thing.
Out there grinding.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it's like, I draw inspiration from both of you. And again, it's like seeing somebody that do the same thing. You're doing it well. You motivate me to stay on my P's and Q's, to keep going. And the thing is like it's all genuine love, and it's a family at the end of the day. So it's like, you always show me love. You always extended love to me. And it's like, it's been with everybody you ever introduced me to, whether it was Certified Nation affiliates, whether it was Iron Throne or whoever. There's always been love. So I definitely appreciate that. Y'all definitely a vibe. Y'all definitely genuine and authentic people. I'm excited for everything that's going to happen. I'm going to play the single again before we go out. I'm gonna have one of y'all introduce it. If y'all want to sign us off, I thought it was y'all.
And do it.
Salute to both of y'all, and I definitely appreciate y'all coming up here.
Right.
Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for having us.
You already know, bro.
Yeah, very humbled. So we got the new single, Came Up from PenGame Classic here off the upcoming album, Casso's Theme, dropping on November 20th. Let's go. We came up.
Let's go.
Certified category other Fist Coalition. I done came up, wrote about my life in these lines. Changed the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. I came to echo that sentiment like I'm playing some instruments. Artistic, how shorty be intimate. The weather is occupant, so we felt like a document. Changed the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. Stage presence with mass appeal. Gotta sit back and act some still, cause this life is like an action reel. Keep the truth just like a weapon, it be concealed. That Lake Michigan feel and Cadillac the Villes. That D'Angelo spill. Shorty, how you feel? I came up like Jack in the jail. From up under the hill, it's such a glorious feel. Cause ain't nobody walk my path. Ain't have my laughs, ain't have my scars. Only difference is you reach for the stars, and I become one. Your little facade, that's a little mirage. If you never think it up, it won't exist. Remember when you used to be laughing, I really wanted this. A little hungry like Budapest, I make it stretch. My hustle game so durable like it's made of mesh. And when you measure the time, it's like I beat the test. I came up, wrote about my life in these lines. Changed the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. I came to echo that sentiment like I'm playing some instruments. Artistic, how shorty be intimate. The weather is occupant, so we felt like a document. Changed the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. I ain't freestyling for nothing unless you paying something. In the pandemic, still rock shows and sold clothes. Even family didn't want me to make it. When you broke and you naked, they show you true, cause they don't gotta fake it. Cause when you up, they be quiet, and I ain't heard a peep in the minute. The realization is I'm coming up fast. Double down, put it all on my craft. That's a bet, through the blood, tears, sweat. I don't sleep, that's the cousin of death. I'm more relatable, Michigani and Jada flow. Gotta keep the locks on. Cold up in Michigan, I'm sleeping with my socks on. Focus like a cyborg, laser destination, I'm tracing a heat signature large. Never miniature, Casso the paint
ain't literature, it's fixations. Being broke is what I'm chasing, I'm running from. Fuck the world like I don't had enough. Nobody knew my struggle, then change the script how I write it in. I done came up, wrote about my life in these lines. Change the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials. I came to echo that sentiment like I'm playing some instruments. Artistic, how shorty be intimate. The weather is document, so we file like a document. Change the game up, nigga, I'm revving you in your lane stuck. Territorial, we toasting it like memorials.